yougarden.com. One final thing from me, which is please do join our discount club. It costs just £5 to join the club. That lasts you for the entire year. It's not £5 a month, it's £5 for the year. What that gives you is 10% discount off everything that we bring you in the sheds, all the plants, the pots, the compost, 10% every single time you place an order. You also get £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers, and those are for you to spend throughout the year that you are a member for. The club automatically renews at the end of the 12 months. You can cancel it at any time. This is why we say go for the £5 one rather than the £10 one. You'll make your money back on that so very quickly, I promise you, and certainly over the 12 months, you'll be quids in. So that's it from me as far as the housekeeping is concerned. Oh, I'm just hearing, I need to apologise to the YouTube viewers. The stream dropped for a minute. I believe it's back right now. Apologies if you missed anything. I'm sure I'll be repeating it loads throughout the next 4 hours. You haven't missed anything about the plants anyway. That's what we're going to get straight into, and we're going to head this way. We're going straight over to our pre-planted hanging baskets.
Should we get slow-mo?
No, let's go quick.
Okay.
Let's get over here, shall we? We're going to go on to our amazing pre-planted hanging baskets. The thing I love about these is they look fantastic, first of all, but all the hard work has been done already. They're grown on a bit. They're going to look amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically at the moment, if you've got those sort of lonely brackets
just
hanging there looking really miserable and forlorn and just on their own, well, within, 3 minutes of opening the box, those brackets can look amazing.
Yeah, because you're literally going to take these out of the box.
Hang them up.
I mean, I think the hangers come detached. I think they come separate, but these just clip into place. So all you have to do is clip these into place, hang them up. You are good to go.
Yeah, and also, you don't need to clip them if you don't want to use them for hanging baskets. You might want these as table centerpieces, so you can sit them on a table as well. The option's yours. You can have one on the table, you can have one hanging up. But whichever way you do it, you've got that instant colour straight away. Those gorgeous purples, bluey purples, you've got the whites, you've got the pinks. And I tell you what, Bex and I have noticed this week doing these.
Yes. Oh, the fragrance.
Yeah, these petunias smell really
Love
sweet.
The smell of the petunias.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they?
And I just think hanging baskets filled with petunias, that says summer to me. And I know the weather doesn't necessarily say summer, but let's have the hanging baskets that say summer. Yesterday was a weird day, wasn't it? I think it was weird across the entire country, wasn't it?
It was what I call, the weather was a bit schizophrenic.
It's one of those days.
It was Jekyll and Hyde, wasn't it?
It's definitely a 4 seasons in one day yesterday. I drove down to QVC yesterday and back again, and it was so weird. It was like torrential rain, black clouds, thunder, lightning, and then 5 minutes later, bright sunshine.
Blue sky.
That is called British summer. And we're here for it. It's fine. We're all over it. It's not a problem. It's actually quite nice and warm today, though, isn't it?
And then it got super windy towards the end of that. About 5 o'clock, it was blowing a hoolie. Yeah, it was insane.
Loved it. Anyway, yes, let's have the hanging baskets that say summer, even if the British weather doesn't. So this is a pair of the pre-planted hanging baskets. The pots you can use again and again once these are done for the summer. You could maybe plant them up with some winter bedding. You can use them again for hanging baskets next year. As I said, those hanging bits, technical term, they are detachable. You can easily take those off and you can just use these as pots if you would like.
An anti-twist, you said?
Anti-twist, yeah.
Because that's quite good, because sometimes when the hanging baskets get blown around and around, the backs all scrape against the wall.
That's true.
And all the flowers all get damaged and look really
Absolutely.
sad. So the fact that it's going to stay in place, you're going to get a result like that.
Well, that's the beautiful thing. So right now, the pots that you can see, and when they get delivered to you, they've been grown on, they look absolutely fantastic. But yes, you can still see the pots. The idea with this is, as they grow and develop, and it doesn't take long for it to do, they're going to tumble and trail, and they're going to cover those pots. You'll get that lovely ball of colour. You are getting a massive saving on this one. They should be about £20 each. You know, the usual price is nearly £40, but actually you're getting these for £24.98. That's £12.50 each, even less if you are in the club, because you get that 10% discount.
And it says baskets with change. They're not actually change, though.
No.
They're plastic.
They're the plastic
supports.
anti-twist ones.
Yeah.
450091 is your item number if you would like to place your order for the pre-planted hanging baskets. You go to YouGarden.com, by the way, in order to place your order. or you can actually go on the phone lines because they are open until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So what's that? 6 hours you've got to place your order. Just when you speak to the operator on the phone line, do tell them that you've got that offer code to use, YGTV2424. Otherwise, you will pay full price. You will not get your free gift included in your basket. And we're all about giving you the best deals, the best savings. So it's all about that offer code. Please put that in when you place your order or speak to the operator. Right, we're coming over now. We've got our gorgeous Ollie Anders. Stu's calling this our offer of the week, and I am with him on that. It's absolutely incredible. We've got two options for you. We're going to start with the oleander in the red. Now, you can get one of these, and we've got an amazing price on one of them. We've basically given you a half-price deal. They should be £29.99 each. You can get one for £14.99. That's half price. However, we've got an even better deal if you want to go for two of these. You can double up. You can put two in your basket, enter the offer code YGTV2424, and you will get the second one for basically £5 more. £19.98 for two of them. A tenner each, basically. We'll show you how that works on the web in a minute. Should we talk about the plants a little bit first, though? Because these are gorgeous.
These are, Bex. I mean, we've been bringing these to you for a few weeks now, and the quality of these is phenomenal. These are grown from cuttings, and normally, when you look at the base, there's normally about 3 groups of 3 on average. This one's got 2 groups of 3. Yeah, it's a little small one there. Yeah, pretty much 3 groups of 3. Leaves all the way down to the bottom. Super healthy, glossy foliage. Flower buds, flowers already out, months worth of flowers to come. I mean, on this one, for example, you can obviously see these are fully out. You can see we've got buds here that are showing a little bit of colour. But then if I turn this round to the back, you can actually see here, look, buds that are almost showing no colour at all.
Very good.
So those are going to be your flower for about 3 or 4 weeks' time, or 6 weeks' time. And if I go round again, here, look.
Another set.
Even tinier buds.
Well, this is the brilliant thing about oleanders, because they will flower all summer long, won't they?
They're just going to keep going. So don't just think, oh, you know, once these flower buds you can see on here now are gone, that's it. All round this plant, there are tiny, tiny little flower buds popping out all over that are going to keep giving you that colour. And, you know, all they'll ask from you, oleanders, for this summer, put me somewhere sunny, bright and well-drained, and they will flower their socks off. They're fabulous plants for pots. If you're in a really, really cold area, that means you can take them in for the winter, but they will go down to about -5. And if you grow them outside in the garden, grow them somewhere sheltered, don't even need super, super rich soil. Like you always say, Bex, when you see them growing abroad, quite often they're just grown in the most awful,
really poor,
dry, stony, poor soil. Sunny and well drained, that's all they want. And in the garden, you can always fleece them in the winter time if the weather gets really, really bad. But I've seen in recent years more and more oleanders now getting bigger and bigger, really big, some of them. And
well, this is the thing. Once they really get established and they get bigger, they actually will get a little bit more, hardy, won't they?
Yeah,
And even if they do get a little bit affected by frost, you can cut that back, and they are quite fast growing. You can get a good sort of probably 20, 25 centimetres worth of growth out of these every single year. So these are nice, vigorous plants, and of course they're evergreen as well.
They're evergreen, and I think that's the reason why when the plants get big, I think that's why they kind of self-protect themselves. In the cold winter, when you've got that evergreen canopy on top, sometimes that gets frosted back, but it protects the plant lower down.
Well, this is why we say for things like, I mean, even like hydrangeas and stuff like that, don't cut them back in autumn. Leave that growth on, because it does actually help protect the new growth when it comes through.
It does, and it's amazing how just that smallest amount of protection can make a big difference when it comes to getting that plant through the winter.
Look at those plants. So this was shot in our nursery just last week or the week before. They are all looking incredible. That's the quality that we are bringing you. You have not missed the flowers. You are getting these at exactly the right time, because these will keep flowering right the way through into September, maybe even into October time. All you've got to do is a little bit of deadheading just to encourage those extra flowers to come through. But generally, the oleanders, what we say about these is that they thrive on neglect. So leave them alone. Other than that little bit of deadheading, once they get established, they're really nicely drought tolerant as well. Little thing to point out, as with a lot of things in our garden, these are toxic to pets and humans as well. So don't eat it. Maybe wear some gloves when you're doing some pruning if you are particularly sensitive. That is the deal on the oleander red. We've also got the pink for you. And guess what? We've got the same deal on the pink ones as well. So this is also a double up deal. Go for one at half price at £14.99, or go for two and they will work out at £10 each. Should we show you how to do that on the website? So go to YouGarden.com in order for you to place your order. You need the item code, or you can just literally search oleander and it'll bring it up. What Stu has done is put one each into the basket. Hang on a minute. It says $29.99. That's the full price. We don't want to pay that. See there, look, it says, do you have an offer code? Yes, you do. YGTV2424. Put that in. You now know that the offer code has been accepted because at the top we can see the free gift. We can also see, though, that those have now dropped from $29.99 to $14.99. I did say there was a double up deal, though, and it works out £10 each. Add another one into your basket. Oh, look, they work out £10 each. Look at the savings. So we are already saving £24.95. Our order total is £39.98. Look at that. And you can save some more. For some reason, that's free postage, and it kind of shouldn't be because it's supposed to be over 40 quid.
I just kind of noticed that.
Let's not say anything. Shh. Let's just carry on. Now, you can join the club if you want to. Look, there's a red box there, says save a further, what's that, £6. If you join the club, it's cost you £5, but you are still £1 up on that first order. Now, every time you place an order, you're going to get that 10% discount. This is why joining the club is the most fantastic thing that you can do today. 680027 is the item number if you want to go for the pink. Now, for anybody that is already a YouGarden customer, like I am, you may have received an email this morning. I got it. It says, do you want to save an extra 25%? Now, that is a brilliant deal, isn't it? That might make you want to go and shop the web and use the web code in order to place your order. All of the deals that we've got in our potting shed on our show is that price with the 25% discount or better. That's why you need to use our code YGTV2424, because I promise you we're going to match those deals, or we're going to even better that. 25% isn't half price. These oleanders are half price. This is why shopping at YGTV gives you the best deals. You need to use that code YGTV2424 to get those savings and that amazing free gift. Now this one, the next deal we're going to, I mean, it's one of the best deals we've got, I think, on the show. I mean, I've just said that about so many things, but genuinely, this one is absolutely fantastic. It is a Lucky Dip perennial plant collection. You're going to get 9 9-centimetre pots, but what you're looking at there is 18 9-centimetre pots, because this deal is a buy one, get one free. So if you put in the code 561046 and put one of these into your basket, and then you enter that offer code YGTV2424, we will put another one in the basket for you. And that works out, if you're in the club, at £1 a plant. £1 per plant. And Adam, if we were to go and buy one of these in a garden centre, what would we be paying?
Well, we'd be paying $4.99, $5.99 easily, Bex, because, you know, what I've not got my head around this week when I've been looking at these is, for instance, this Gaillardia at the back here.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
If I just lift that out and put it on the top there, I mean, really, that is a 2-litre size plant in like a 9-centimetre size pot, which is phenomenal.
And look at that. Okay, so there's one flower open. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, 6 I can see straight away that are going to open very soon. I love Gaillardia. Look at that colour.
That's stunning.
Now, I can't guarantee you're going to get it because it is a lucky dip, but what we've got here is a selection of the plants that you're going to get. And what you said to me, Adam, earlier on in the week, it's not a lazy selection, is it?
No, the quality of this selection is amazing. Well, first of all, the size. You know, the size of the plants is absolutely phenomenal. For you're thinking you're getting £1 each. You know, if you in the club, phenomenal. And then the mix here, Bex, is brilliant because, firstly, we've got all different types of flower shapes.
Yes.
We've got all different types of flower colour. We've got all different types of leaf texture and leaf shape, different leaf colour as well. We've got different heights. We've got some plants like the Artemisia here, which is semi-evergreen.
I love that.
We've
I love
got
the foliage on that.
That are going to be flowering at all different times of the year. We've got plants, for example, like the salvias here.
I love the salvias too. I love everything. I love
the
it all.
Achillea, which do really, really well in very, very dry, hot, sort of sunny positions. And then we've got things like the little geum down at the front there. And we're going to bring you another geum later on, a lovely one called pumpkin. Big double flowers, geum down at the front. Then they're good for shade or sun, so they can be either. There's a hollyhock in here as well. So if you want height, you want say 2 or 3 metres tall. That's a Chater's double type as well. So there's those gorgeous big full double hollyhock flowers. we can't guarantee which ones you'll get, and you might get the odd double up, but no more than one double up on those. Whatever mix you get is going to be phenomenal. This literally is an herbaceous border in a box. I mean, yeah, you just get these out. And Bex and I had a laugh this morning when we came in. We can't believe how much these have grown. Cause in
this week.
Yeah, just in this week.
Incredible.
Because we use the same samples. We keep them outside on a Dutch trolley, water, and lots of lovely light coming through. And yeah, just in the last week, they've grown like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, these flowers have all started opening up. You can see the foliage really starting to grow. Once you get these planted and in your garden, it's going to be amazing how quick they grow. And of course, they are perennial, so they're going to come back for you year after year as well. And they're really tough, resilient, hardy plants that we're talking about here. Low maintenance, easy to care for, and they're going to give you a variety of shapes, colours, sizes. And of course, you're going to get long flowering from this as well, because some are going to start early, some are going to start late. It's 561046, the item number for this one. It's been incredibly popular. I think there's various types of people that are going to go for this. If you've got an empty garden, you know, you've just moved into a new build place and you've just got empty borders, this is great because it's going to fill those borders for years to come. But if you've already got an established garden, we've always got a gap, haven't we? There's always a gap. There's always a plant that's, you know, should have tried harder and that's died off, and we need to replace it.
Yeah. I mean, you might have a son or a daughter or a niece or nephew that have just moved into a new property.
Gift.
What a brilliant gift this would be
for
them.
Actually, Stu was saying, our lovely operator in the shed there, operator? I don't know why I called you that. But anyway,
Productor, I call him.
Productor, he's a producer and a director. Yeah. Well, Stu bought this, and he used some of them for his garden, but there was what he decided to do was give some away to neighbours.
Oh, that's a nice thing to do.
I love that idea. I've been giving some plants away to my neighbours recently as well. It's a great gift to give to people, basically, either as a full collection or parts of it that you don't want to put in your garden. 561046 is the item number if you would like to go for our Lucky Dip perennial plant collection, and it is a buy one get one free. So put one in your basket, enter the code YGTV2424, and we will put another set of those in the basket for you as well. Here's an idea. Do you do car boot sales? Table sales, fundraisers, those sorts of things?
Church bazaar, something like that?
Absolutely. Get those. You could even sell them on in the pots they're in, £2 or £3 each. You've instantly made loads of money on that. Or you could put them into some slightly bigger pots and sell them on for even more. And then you could put the profit back into your funds.
Pay £3 for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. Gladly.
Gladly. I mean, you know, £1 is daft. For that, to be honest.
A few ideas for you anyway. You might want some compost in order for you to plant out. Now, whenever you're planting anything out, whether it's in pots or in borders, I'm highly recommending that you add the premium professional compost in, because this compost it's all right, isn't it, Sue says? Yeah, it's amazing. This genuinely is premium professional compost. It's not just a name we give it to make you go, ooh, that sounds fancy. It is premium, it is professional. This is the compost that we use here at the nursery. Anything we grow on, anything we pot up, the pre-planted hanging basket, we have used this compost, and there is a reason for that, isn't there, Adam?
There is a reason. Well, the 5-star reviews are the reason, because you know we've nailed the formula on this. This is a kind of a simple but brilliant formula that we've brought to you. First of all, there's a huge amount of reduced peat in this. It's a reduced peat compost. But what we've done, we've replaced the peat we've taken away with that composted wood fibre. That keeps the compost open. That lets the water penetrate through. It lets the air and the oxygen get down to the roots of the plants. That's really, really crucial. But also, it allows those little tiny roots. Imagine that. You know, imagine a seed. I mean, some seeds are almost the size of dust, aren't they? It allows those little seeds to be able to get their roots down in there and get themselves established. I've got a plant at home that I did send the week I bring with me today, but I forgot, called an aglaonema, which it's been that small for about the last 3 years. And I put it in all different rooms and moved it around. The other week I repotted it into this compost. In 2 weeks it's grown 2 new leaves, which is more leaves than it grew in the last 2 years. So there's obviously something in this compost. There's a slow release fertiliser going to feed your plants.
Yeah, there's loads of little green balls you'll see when you get the compost home. There's a set of 3 right there, just as I picked that up. There we go. We've got those little green balls that you can see. They're spread throughout the compost. That is your slow release fertiliser. That is going to release its feed, and it's going to feed your plants for a good sort of 5 to 6 months, which is absolutely brilliant. The plants can get hold of the feed as and when they need it, not just when you decide to feed them. And that is vital to the health of your plants. They don't just want water. None of us can live on water alone. We need food, and it's the same for your plants.
And also there's a wetting agent in this, so that means this compost is really, really super absorbent. It's like kitchen towel. It's what's known as hydrophilic. It absolutely loves water. Bex actually watered this compost before we come on air with a watering can, and it just soaked straight in. It didn't run off the edges or through the bottom. Now this compost is nice and moist and cool, and it
smells so good as well.
Yeah, it's what you don't smell is more important than what you do smell, isn't it? It doesn't smell musty. It doesn't smell mouldy.
And if you've ever opened a bag of compost, you know those cheap ones that you buy, and we've all done it. We've all gone and bought the cheapest compost out there. It's a false economy, I promise you. Having done it myself, I know it's a false economy. You get 2 50-litre bags here, so it's 100 litres in total. It does come in a box as well, and they are delivered to your door free of charge. So here's the top tip for you. This is how you're going to get multiples of your free gift. Say you want to place an order for 300 litres of compost, because you need that much. Do it in 3 separate orders, because there's no postage to pay, so you don't need to worry about that. 3 separate orders for your compost. Enter the code YGTV2424. That will get entered into your basket free of charge. You're obviously making a huge saving as well. If you're part of the club, you'll save an extra £2.50 on each of those orders too, but you'll get multiples of that. Then you can come back and place another order for all your plants, and if you get that to over £40, we'll give you free postage on that too. This is how you work the system.
You ought to write one of those books, or a little guide, you know, on a little kind
How to save money.
Yeah, how to save money. All these little
I could be the new money-saving expert.
Yeah, it's like...
He's done well, so maybe I should follow that format.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's good, isn't it? All these kind of... Because sometimes you can just rush into things, but if you just, just stand back a bit and just work things out, it's like, it can be really canny,
my
can't you,
husband's
sometimes?
all about the coupons and the savings, like, you know, certain cashback websites and things. He's like, you didn't do it through that website, did you? Got to get on that. Anyway, let's move on. So compost, you definitely need to place an order of that. It's the top seller here at YouGarden and has been for many, many years. There's a reason for it. It's brilliant. Check out the reviews. Let's move on to some plants though, shall we? This has been lovely and popular this week. The Eucalyptus gunnii standard. Now, the reason I think this is super popular, because I understand, I would like to plant a eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. It has this lovely sort of waxy patina, and I think it's a gorgeous colour. It's evergreen, it's beautiful, but I couldn't plant a eucalyptus in my garden. I've got a decent sized garden. I'm not going to complain. It's not tiny. It's not Sean's garden, but it's I would not be able to plant a eucalyptus because they're massive. They get stupidly big. You know, it costs a fortune to have those great big trees trimmed when they need trimming. It's just not possible. But I could have this. You
could have this. It's so weird you're saying about that, because a customer of mine in Bishop Stortford's just had the side of her driveway a eucalyptus tree cut down.
Right.
And that eucalyptus tree trunk was as wide as 2 of these crates.
Wow.
It was probably 40, 45 foot tall. Yeah, the trunk was that wide, and I think it's cost not just something shy of £2,000.
Yeah.
To have this eucalyptus tree taken down, and it's a real shame it had to. It's a real shame it had to come down. But when you come down the drive, you can see these huge, great big bumps in the drive where the roots have come out, and it drops all the leaves everywhere. So this is not that.
No, exactly.
This is completely different. So you've not got to worry about this becoming a thug or a monster, or you're not going to have to spend £2,000 having to cut this down at some point, because this is controlled. This is on that nice upwards. Straight stem. That means, and what Bex always, and I love all about these kind of things, is when you've got a standard, you can plant right up to the base. So you're using 2 different areas. You've got this joy of this plant, and oh boy, that foliage.
The fragrance is amazing.
Good. Yeah.
And I love so if you do lots of cut flower displays in your home, it's something I'm going to try and start doing a little bit more of. I cut my first sweet peas the other day.
I saw your picture.
Brought a little bunch in.
Instagram,
it's in the
gorgeous.
living room. It's gorgeous. This fragrance is delicious. So yeah, I'm going to try and start doing a bit more cut flower displays. This is great foliage to add into your cut flower displays, isn't it? And of course you can do it all year round, because this looks great all year round. And the good thing, super hardy.
Yeah, because the more you cut this as well, the more it will reshoot. And this is actually what they call juvenile foliage as well, because eucalyptus have this strange habit. When the leaves are young, they tend to be more oval like they are now. But as the tree matures, if this was to become a really big tree, the leaves actually change shape as the tree grows, and they become more willow shaped. But because this is a standard tree, because you can keep this clipped, you can keep this shaped, you'll always get this lovely oval foliage. And this kind of glaucous blue foliage on here that's got this sort of sheen on it, that's the plant's natural way of protecting it against intense sunlight, because, as you know, eucalyptus come from Australia. They originate from that part of the world. But they are very, very hardy in the UK. I mean, they get through the vast majority of British winters in the UK. And this is going to be evergreen, so it's going to look as good in the winter time as it is in the summer. And like I always say, I'm going to throw it in right at the start of the show today, even if you live just 3 floors up and you've only got a balcony.
It's his favourite saying.
You can grow a eucalyptus tree. You can grow this.
We were talking about writing a book this morning. We might do it.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
That could be the title of the book.
Yeah, that's a good idea. No, yeah, if you're only 3 floors...
Or it could be a chapter within the book.
If you're only 3 floors up and you've just got a balcony.
Balcony ideas, there we go. We're starting to write the book already. All right, 680-117 is the item number. If you want your baby eucalyptus that's always going to stay cute, not like your kids that grow up and turn into teenagers, this one's always going to be a baby, you can have this in your garden. What a wonderful, wonderful feature, whether that's in a pot or planted somewhere in a border. It's never going to get too big and turn into a bully. 680-117 is the item number. Oh, yes, Stu, you're right. I hadn't sent a message to my dad. Happy Father's Day to anybody that is a dad and is watching. I know it can be a bit of a tough day for some, so sending love to all of those that are without their dads. But it's a lovely time to just remember, isn't it, for them? And all those dads that are out there, I hope the kids are spoiling you rotten.
I'll say hello to my dad out there. Happy Father's Day out there, Dad.
Happy Father's Day, Adam's dad. I need to send a message to my dad, although he probably hasn't got a clue, so I can probably get away with it. Right, let's move on. We're going to go on to the Passiflora now. The beautiful, gorgeous, one of the most stunning, unique flowers, I think. It's mesmerising, isn't it, the passion flower? I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and it looks great, but it's the sort of 3D nature. I know all flowers are 3D, before Stuart corrects me on that. But look at the multiple layers that you've got on that flower. I can't stop looking at them. They're so pretty.
So bizarre, isn't it? I mean, it is really, really bizarre.
Look at that.
These bits here are good enough, but then it does this kind of... It reminds me of kind of some eccentric hat from Ascot, or like some, that some lady would have worn in Victorian times to a grand ball or something like that. I mean, it's just so incredible. Look at that shot there, and that gorgeous. Look, I mean, it almost looks like a little insect in the middle there, doesn't it? With little antennae coming off the top. It's a fascinating plant, this one. And what's incredible about this is really, really hardy, this type of passion flower, because sometimes you think about a plant like this and you think, oh, come on, that looks so tropical and unusual and exotic. That won't grow in the UK. They do. This has got a lifetime guarantee. This is a hardy plant, this one. I've seen these grown in customers' gardens for many, many years. These can grow 8, 9, 10 foot in a year, but they're a good climber. They're not a real thuggy kind of climber, like, say, a Virginia creeper or a Russian vine that will just totally take over something else and obliterate it and just wants to be that and nothing else. These are fabulous for growing up through other things. So you've got a rose arch, for instance, and you've got a white rose. It only flowers once, and then that's it for the rest of the year. We'll grow this up through the rose. Once the rose has finished flowering, then you've got this. You've got the passion flower to actually keep going, keep
and
keep
you get
looking
so
good.
many flowers, don't you? This is the beautiful thing with passion flower. Like, it just keeps flowering. And you were telling me a great thing to do with climbers, all climbers really, is don't just let them go straight up. Make them meander, make them go sideways and up, sideways and up, zigzag it, because you're saying what it does is it sort of stresses the plant out in a good way, and by stressing the plant, what it does is it makes it send out new shoots. So if you make it go sideways, it'll send vertical shoots up, so you get more shoots, more flowers.
Yeah, because what you're doing, you're stressing the plant. That restricts the sap, and then the plant thinks it's under threat, so it throws out more growth, ultimately to create more flowers, because it thinks it's going to die.
Yeah.
So and every plant. What you've got to remember is every living plant on the planet we love the flowers, we love everything about it, but every single living plant on the planet's only got one single thing on their mind. That is to produce the next generation. They care about nothing else but doing that. So if you stress the plant out and it thinks it's under threat, it's going to think, goodness me, more shoots, I need to produce more flowers, I've got to get the kids out there to get the next generation going. You know, I can't risk it. And Stu was just saying earlier about buds. Fabulous thing about this as well, every sort of leaf node, you can see every leaf axil there, look, leaves, buds, leaves and a bud, leaves and a bud, leaves and a bud. They produce buds at almost every single intersection where there's leaves. And in a really, really cold winter, these get knocked back a little bit, but I've seen them always come back. In a mild winter, they'll keep growing from where they were left off. And they kind of sucker a little bit as well and send up shoots a little way away from the actual main part of the plant. So you can really get some fantastic coverage on this. And in a warm, hot summer, don't hold your breath this year, but in a warm, hot summer...
It's coming, it's coming.
These do produce these very small, orange, egg-shaped fruit. They're not edible, but again, they're really different and attractive.
Birds like them though, don't they? So it's a way of bringing the wildlife into the garden. Right, we have kept the best ever price on this. It is £9.99. It is a half price deal. I'm going to say that multiple times throughout the show today. Saving £10, 550334 is the item number. Just make sure you put in the code YGTV2424. Might be worth getting a couple of these if you want to get them to grow up like an arch or something and you want them to meet. I mean, they're vigorous, they'll grow pretty quick, but if you want them to meet up at the top, get two at that price.
You can.
It's not bad, is it? I just want to talk about something on the chat because somebody was asking how long it takes to deliver, and a few people are saying it's taken a bit of time, and I do know that. Olwyn, for example, I know you've waited a long time for a few orders. Apologies for that. What I will say is normally our delivery time is between 7 to 10 days. I placed an order myself last week for a friend. I got it delivered to their house. It was 7 days from the time I placed the order to the point where it got delivered to my friend, or 8 days, 7 or 8 days by the time it got delivered. So our normal delivery time is 7 to 10 days. That's what we work towards. I'm so sorry if you've had any instances where it's taken a little bit longer. There are some items which are still pre-order, so that's why they're taking a while, because obviously you place the order as a pre-order. But if you ever are waiting for something that you think should have been delivered, do get in touch with customer services and let them know. Tell them the item number or tell them your order number. They will look into it for you. But normal delivery time should be 7 to 10 days. I have had next day delivery sometimes. I can't guarantee that. We say 7 to 10 days on those. And I'll come back to the chat in a second because there's some lovely comments in there about compost and things. So we'll have a little chat about that. However, we want to talk about one of my favourite items from YouGarden. I've got 5 of these now. And if you're going for the passion flower or you want to go for the jasmine that we've got on the show as well, and you need something for the plant to climb up, this is fantastic. Yeah. You might be going for the climber because you want it to grow over that ugly fence or that ugly wall or cover the shed or grow over your pergola or something. But if you want a freestanding 360-degree display, something you can pick up and take with you when you move home, this is fantastic. Also, sorry, I will let you talk.
No, go for it, Bex. Honestly, I'm really fascinated.
But also with that whole, making the plant go that way rather than just that way, this is great to stress that plant out because you can make it wind round and round this rather than straight up it. Well,
and the thing is, if you imagine, if you went round and round and round this, say, only 3 inches sort of gap in between, if you then straighten that out, that would be a long, long, long bit of plant, wouldn't it? So you can get an awful lot of plant into this small space, but concentrated. So if you started this at the base, I mean, this one would already probably go around there at least probably 1.5 twice. Yeah. But that's just going to keep growing and growing and growing. If it's in our compost as well, and you're feeding it with our blooming fast, oh my goodness me, it's going to go berserk. Yeah. And you can just keep going round and round and round and round and round with this. And just imagine creating that tower, that passion flower tower, just covered in blue flowers all the way round. And then fruit as well. If it has the orange fruit as well, that could really, really be stunning, couldn't it? What I'd be tempted to do is I would try myself to plant it from the outside in, which I know looks a bit difficult, but
it does come to you in these separate parts. So obviously, I'm struggling to get this one out, but it comes, there we go. So it comes to you in the 3 sections. What you could do is you start with the pot, you fill it with your compost, you can put your plant in, then you can put the first bit on the bottom, so you can get your hands in here, but if you start with just the bottom bit, you can wind it around, and then as it grows you can add the second layer and the third layer as well if you want to.
Oh, you just give me a thought there, Bex, as well, because what you could do, yeah, you're right, if you just put the first layer on first, then you could feed this from the middle out, couldn't you, through the first bit? I mean, this is, if you just sort of just gently fed this through to the outside, because it's much easier trying to train it around the outside than try and train it from inside out, if you don't know.
There's a song there.
Around the outside. Like, we're doing that again, aren't we? It's like, there's a phrase I was thinking of, I'm not sure I'm allowed to say it, but it's like...
No, don't say it.
Oh, I can't say that word.
I don't know.
No, I don't think it was a rude... Well...
Probably don't if you're questioning it. Let's not offend anybody. Whisper it to me later.
It's a type of dancing.
Oh, twerking. You know, you can say twerking.
We say twerking.
We're not twerkers.
It's like shaking your booty, isn't it? Kind of.
Right. Let's move on. 130461 is the item number. This is the best price we've done on this. The double up deal used to be £39.99 or 98. It is now down to £34 or 98 pence. So you can go for one of these for £24.99 if you want to, and that is great. You'll get a 10% discount off that. And I highly, highly recommend them. I've got 5 of them, and I know a lot of our regulars have the tower pots too.
And that's just in your living room.
But if you want to go for 2 of them, that is where you're going to get the best deal. They're great for any climate, basically. I've got wisteria, jasmine, sweet peas, and my Gloriosa flame lily in mine. 2 with sweet peas in, by the way. That makes up the 5.
How's your flame lily doing?
It's doing good. It's growing. I haven't got any flowers yet, but we'll see. Then it's not due yet, so we'll see. No,
mine's about that tall now. Is yours? I bet yours.
Oh yeah, mine's up here. Oh. All 3 of them. Right, we're moving on. Where are we going to do? Sorry, I've missed all of what you were saying.
That away.
Thank you. We are going over to our favourites table. And it has changed a few times this week. So we start our week on a Wednesday and we put a load of stuff out that we think you're going to love. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes it stays like that all week, sometimes we get it momentously, absolutely wrong. And we're about 50-50 this week, basically, but it has changed a few times. I am so happy that the Hypericum has appeared on the favourites table. I adore this plant. It's on my list of, fantasy garden. What am I going to plant in my fantasy garden? This appears on that list. I think it is stunning.
It is stunning.
For a bunch of reasons.
I mean, it's quite a low pericum at the moment, but it might become a higher pericum as time goes by.
You're getting a round of applause from Stu. He likes that.
He likes the old cheesy jokes. Yeah, this is just incredible. We were talking about this earlier in the week, and it is just a plant that's got so many beautiful, beautiful features. Yeah. The flowers are just incredible. The berries are incredible. Where was it? I noticed the other day there was a little cluster of flower. Oh yeah, just around the side here. Look, even the flower buds. They look like little jewels, don't they?
They're really shiny, aren't they? But you get loads of different colours. Like up at the top here, you've got the gorgeous flower. And then look at the different shades and colours that you've got with those shiny...
They're like little jewels, aren't they? Like little precious stones.
So beautiful.
So attractive.
The flower itself, I just love the stamens on that flower. I mean, it's a lovely buttercup yellow, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of said the other day, it reminds me, when you see one of those slow-mo videos of a raindrop, like hitting the surface of a pond, and you see the splash, that's what the stamens remind me of on each of those flowers. And the more you look at these, the more things you see. For instance, the sort of that little yellow bead in the middle of the flower is just really, really attractive. The stems, look at the stems. The stems are lovely and red.
Pinky red, aren't they?
Pinky red, and then they've got these sort of opposite leaves. I mean, almost at the top there, if I turn this one over, and you look at that, with the leaves either side, it almost looks like a little miniature bouquet of flowers, doesn't it? With kind of
it does.
The foliage underneath.
You say that because these are actually used within cut flower displays. So they're kind of a foliage addition to the cut flower displays. But of course, you've got the extra interest with the berries and the flowers on there as well.
And the berries stay on a long, long time on this.
They
It's semi-evergreen, so in the winter time, it will stay semi-evergreen, especially if we have a sort of a milder winter. These are bone hardy. Come back year after year after year. Great pot plant as well if you want to grow it in a pot.
It's about, I mean, this
amazing.
should get to about a metre by a metre, so maybe 4 feet sort of height and spread here. So if you did want to keep it as a feature in a pot, you could do, but it works beautifully in borders.
It does. It's a great plant. And also, you can cut Hypericum back. They're not really fussy about position. They do well in sort of dappled shade, full sun, not fussed about soil, very drought tolerant. And the natural one, the St John's wort, is used apparently for various things. It can be used for menopausal symptoms. It's been used for depression. Lots of different uses.
Don't eat it, because obviously you have to.
Yeah, I mean, you have to buy the proper extract from a health food shop. But it's a fascinating plant with different types have medicinal uses as well. But this is glorious.
I think it is glorious. Those flowers are stunning. You've got flowers, you've got berries, you've got sort of semi-evergreen, totally hardy. Definitely on my list of fantasy plants. I'm gonna create that list. I've got it in my head, but I'm gonna actually write it down. Part of our book. 510890 is the item number if you want to go for the Hypericum. It's a £5 saving. Lovely established plant there. Make sure you use the offer code YGTV2424, first of all, to get that £5 saving, but also so that you get your blooming fast fertiliser. Free gift included, worth £4.99. We're going to ring the bell. Stu says he's going to get a bell in the studio, which is going to be our rooty beauty bell.
I've just got to kiss those roots. Gorgeous roots. Look
It's
at those.
a really
Lovely.
strong, healthy plant, and you can see that by that root structure. Raring to grow in your garden, so do think about adding that one into your basket. Top tip from us here in the Potting Sheds. Right, we're going to move on to our begonia apricot shades, and this, I think, is... I know that this is a customer favourite. This is one that is right up there at the top of the customer order lists every single year for us at YouGarden. For me personally, it transports me back to my grandma's garden. Sadly, she's not with us anymore, but she loved her garden. She absolutely, she used to spend so much time out there and around, because she had loads of sort of outbuilding, lovely house, loads of these outbuildings, and so she had these sort of window boxes attached to the walls all the way around, loads of them. They were filled with apricot shades every single year.
It doesn't surprise me.
The reason is, though, that this is such an easy one to grow, I think,
It's
isn't
pure
it?
simplicity. My brother Darren, hi bro, if you're watching, he's
Darren.
grown hanging baskets of these for about 5 years running, never without apricot shades. He loves them because every year gets this fantastic result. He sends me pictures, photographs. By late summer, they're all cascading down. You can't see the hanging basket.
They're totally reliable.
They are.
That's what I think people love about. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're reliable. It doesn't matter what the weather is.
No, they're not fussed.
We don't know what we're getting, do we, in the UK? Obviously, that's quite clear over this summer.
Understatement in that one. Goodness me.
Stating the obvious.
Yeah.
But we never know, do we? Is it going to be a hot and dry? Is it going to be a wet and windy? These don't care.
Well, it can be both in the same week, can't it?
Or same day.
Yeah,
even.
I mean, we can get one day where it might get up to 28, 29 degrees and it's beautiful blue sky on a Monday. By Wednesday, it could be down to 13, 14 degrees, blowing a hoolie and grey skies and raining. So we really, really don't know. But these begonias just don't care. And that's the good thing. And on a cloudy day, they almost seem to emanate their own light. They kind of seem to give out this sort of brightness because these flowers are so bright and so cheery. And you're getting apricot shades. You're getting apricot, you're getting salmons, you're getting a little hints of oranges, you're getting yellow, you're getting little flashes of white on these. You're getting super established plants.
They're very wet.
They're already
in the water outside.
Yeah, they've had a good old soak,
Good
haven't
water,
they?
haven't they?
I mean, the ones we're sending out to you.
Oh, that's me coffee. Sorry.
The ones we're sending out to you are already flowering, so you're going to get that sort of instant colour. There's no kind of, these are not little kind of mini plugs that you've got to grow on. These are already doing what they need to do. So they're hitting the ground running, they're giving you that flower straight away, and that's going to keep going all the way right up until October. Even into November, if we didn't have any frost, they self-deadhead. All you've got to do is water them, feed them with our blooming fast, and just enjoy them.
And I'm right, you can overwinter these, right? Because they've formed the tubers.
Yeah.
So
just
once these
are
done, you dry them out and you can actually overwinter them and get them to come back again next year. I know a lot of people buy them as annuals and they just treat them as annuals, and obviously we've got a £5 saving on... You can double up, so you can go for 20, just £5 more, is what I'm trying to say. So we've got an amazing price on this, which is why people treat them as annuals. But if you're on a budget when it comes to gardening, you can actually get these to overwinter and bring them back again next year. It is on a double up deal. You can go for 10 of these for £12.99. That is your 10. right there in that pack, but we've got the other 10 on the other side there. Let me just not knock that flower off because that would make me sad. You can go for the other 10. If you put two lots in your basket, you're going to get 20 of these. The second pack is just £5 more, so it's well worth going for that double up deal. 410050 is the item number. I will get my words out a bit better on the next item. Apologies.
You've got a history of docking flowers off as well, haven't you?
Shush.
I won't mention the camellia.
Shush. You.
Right,
begonia.
Get back for saying I was an idiot the other day.
Begonia apricot shades is definitely a customer favourite. Do think about getting that one in. Hanging baskets, pots, window boxes. These work brilliantly in all of those locations. Next, we're going to bring you. This one's actually come back onto the favourites table. It kind of got relegated. But it's fought its way back. It's back onto the favourites table. And I think it's because it's something a little bit different, something a little bit unusual. Is it a new this season one, Stu? It is. So we've got a whole load of new this season. There's a little badge on the website you'll be able to see. This is in that new this season. I think that's why people have really sort of taken themselves.
Yeah, and also sometimes there's a plant that you've always wanted but you can never have. You remember in the past buddleias? I mean, lots of people adore buddleias, don't they? But in the past, unless you had a huge garden, you couldn't have a buddleia. But of course now, I mean, on Gardeners World Live, actually, Carol Klein was actually showing a little buddleia that only gets to about 8-9 inches tall, but flowers all summer long.
Oh,
People are loving it now.
That's cute.
It is, and this is cute as well, because if you know Clematis tangutica as a normal type of clematis, oh my goodness me, they are crazy. I mean, you can cut one of them down to about 3 or 4 foot in April, and I'm not exaggerating, in one season it can grow 10, 15 feet. I mean, it really is a super vigorous clematis. And for most people with small gardens, that wouldn't do. This has got all the fabulous features of that clematis, but this only gets to 40 centimetres tall, which is brilliant.
I think it's awesome. And just check out the beautiful flowers on here. I mean, there's loads that are getting ready to open, but look at that beautiful one there. I love that nodding. I think it's just enchanting, isn't it? Where you've got that nodding little flower there, and those petals will open up, they will reflex, and they will show that gorgeous centre.
Like a Turk's cap kind of shape when the flower opens up. And it will flower for a long period of time. It will keep flowering. And don't deadhead this one either. We normally say to deadhead, but actually leave the flower heads on, because the seed heads are really fantastic as well. They've got these big fluffy seed heads, like the old man's beard kind of seed heads, and they look attractive in their own right as well. This is bone hardy, this plant. It will get through every winter. Fabulous for growing in a pot. The only thing I would say is, like all clematis, it'll like to be fed. They're heavy feeders, so feed it well. And if you grow it in the pot, try and keep the roots cool, but keep the top in the sunshine. But a stunning little plant, and just such a good opportunity. If you even just 3 floors up and you've got a balcony, you can now grow a Clematis tangutica, whereas before you couldn't. Right,
so it is a clematis. Follow the same rules that you would follow with a clematis. Cool roots, feed it well. It's not necessarily a climber, but we are recommending some support. So if you want to go for your clematis, 550222 is the item number. It's a £4 saving on there. If you want to give it that little bit of support, here is our top tip for you. Plant this inside our Eclipse planter, because you've got the lovely cage trellis on there. So, on those windy days, it's just going to provide that extra bit of support for the plant, isn't it?
Yeah, it will just give that tiny bit of support, because when you see that little mound like we've got there at the moment, which looking really gorgeous, I'm just being, I mean, if you did it having a pot just like that, I would just put a few of those little green sticks in between, because the way the weather is so strange these days, if you've got a really windy day, the whole lot might just sort of topple one way or the other. You just need a few little sticks in there, or little pea sticks or something. That will just keep it in position, and it'll look gorgeous all the way through the summer.
Or you could go for this in order to give it that extra bit of support. It is a double up deal on these as well. So you can go for one for £9.99, or if you double up and add 2 into your basket, the second one will just be £4 more, £13.98 for those. And of course, you will still get your 10% discount on the double up deal as well. 130133 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Eclipse planter. Now then, we're going to move on. That doesn't fit under the table. I'll put it over here. We're going to move on to the antirrhinum. Now, it was right up at the top earlier on in the week. It was the top seller. We'll have to find out whether it stays in top place later on. Apparently the oleanders are sort of starting to creep up there. I can see why. But look, antirrhinums, these are your snapdragons. They're so pretty. And in this collection, you're getting a gorgeous range of colours, aren't they?
I've already said it once, but everybody's pro-rhinum, but they're not anti-rhinum with this collection. Absolutely love them, don't they? These are absolutely stunning. Look at the colour collection on that.
It is a beautiful collection of colours.
It is lovely, isn't it? I was at Saturday, wasn't it yesterday? Yeah, I was at a lovely little shop in Swaffham where I live that sell bedding plants. It's one of those, you know, those really old-fashioned shops that they have in really old towns, like where I live in Swaffham. They sell everything. Right. You know, which you just don't see them little shops anymore, do you? Love them. You know, everything from a vacuum cleaner to the most obscure little screws and weird little brackets and things.
Yeah, you can get lost in there.
Yeah, and you go in there and you come up with a basket load of stuff you never went in for because, I wanted one of them. Oh, yeah, I like one of them. But they had a tray of these flowering outside these antirrhinums. Wow, they look so good. Super double flowers.
They're very British summer flower, aren't they? They're the cottage garden kind of staple, but these are a shorter variety.
Yeah, nice and stout, so they're not going to blow over. They don't need supporting, and they do have fragrance as well. Snapdragons. I'm not going to say to you it's like Lily of the Valley or Freesias or something, but they do have sort of a bit of a citrusy kind of fragrance, which is quite nice. But it's just the brightness and joy of these. Look at that, Bex. I mean, goodness me, look at the root system on that. These are such brilliantly grown on, well-established plants, and you've got a couple of options with these as well. These are ready to go out. These can go straight into the garden, wherever you want to plant them. There's no need to repot them or anything like that. And you could put them straight out and just let them grow as they are.
Or you can deadhead them.
Or you could, pinch the top out.
Pinch the top out, which we actually did with this one earlier on in the week. So it looked like that. And what Adam did was he pinched the top out. And it's the same with any pinching out process that you do. You pinch out, what you do is you form extra shoots. So where there was one shoot, you will get multiple shoots starting to come out of there.
You can already see, can't you, on
More
that
flowers.
One. Like, it's already, just since we did the other day, low down on the next set of leaves, there's already little side shoots coming out. So what you'll get now is a plant that might be slightly shorter, but this plant will be multi-branched, and the flower spikes might be slightly smaller, but you'll get more of them. Yeah. So that's one option. Or plant them straight as they are now. You'll get taller plants with slightly less flower spikes, but taller flower spikes. So there's not a definite way or not a definite way. It's your choice.
There's no rules. No
rules. You do what you want to do. If you just want to plant them, let them grow up, fine. If you want to pinch the top out and have slightly more branched flowers with smaller shaped flowers, do that.
And they flower for quite a long time as
well. Months
and months. We're going to get these right the way through the summer, aren't we?
Yeah, I grew my own antirrhinums from seed last year. And I had mine in a place where they got sunshine up to about 1, 2 in the afternoon. And then the rest of the day they were in shade. And they did quite well there. They didn't do as brilliantly as I wanted them to because they got a little bit leggy. So my take from that is more sun. These love full sun. They're great for full sun, fabulous for pots and planters and troughs. You could even put these in the middle of a hanging basket as a centre feature in, say, a 12 or 18-inch hanging basket. But they do flower for a long time. And once each flower spike is finished flowering, cut that flower spike off. Side shoots will come up and you'll get loads more smaller flower spikes come up. One little tip I'd give you as well, if you can bear yourself to do it, don't wait for the very, very last few flowers to go on that flower spike.
Yeah, cut it
earlier. Just sacrifice those last few flowers because at the base of the spike you already see seed pods developing. So the quicker you get those seed pods off, the more flower spikes you're going to get, the longer they're going to keep flowering.
Lovely.
Yeah, right, fabulous mix.
It's 410048 if you want to go for the antirrhinum mini butterflies mix. 10 garden ready plants and you are saving £4 on that. Just £8.99 or £8.09 if you are in the club. Make sure you're using the offer code YGTV2424. Nice and easy one to remember this week. That's going to give you that saving. Plus it will enter your free gift into your basket, which is worth £4.99. It's a packet of our Blooming Fast fertiliser, and that packet will make 100 litres of your feed. Now, I've got a 10-litre watering can, so it's going to make 10 watering cans. Most people have 5 litres, because 10 litres is quite heavy, isn't it?
It's quite heavy to carry around, yeah.
Most people have 5 litres, so it's going to make 20 of those watering cans. That is a lot of feed. multiple orders, multiple free gifts. It's one per order, not one per customer. So if you want to get multiples of your free gift, just place multiple orders.
I like your other idea as well of tipping a pack of that into your water butt.
Yeah, if you've got a water butt, I need to sort out a water butt. If you've got a water butt, obviously bear in mind that makes 100 litres. You can pour it into your water butt and you're ready to go then for your feeding needs. It's
on the way here today, I saw some water buffalo.
Is this another joke?
No, seriously. They were in the field on the way here because I guess because they use them to make that buffalo mozzarella, didn't they? So I think that's what they were there for.
Is that in the UK?
Yeah. There was honestly, when I was coming through, there was this herd of animals in the corner of a field, and I thought, what are they? And they were buffalo.
Were they?
Water buffalo. Yeah, I'm sure they were. Yeah, honestly.
All right. I think you've been
look
on
like
the
water
sauce this
buffalo
morning.
to me.
I think he's been drinking. He doesn't drink and drive. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Right, let's move on. Oh, now this one is brand new on the favourites table, and I'm so pleased because this is another one that I'm really, really excited about. This is another one that I put up there as a top tip gardening tool because ferns are just brilliant when it comes. I nearly swore again. When you've got a shady area of your garden, and we've all got them. I mean, yeah, you can't have every corner in sun, not unless you've got a rotating garden.
Oh, that's another idea. let's put that guy in the book.
There's always a shady corner in your garden, and I think putting ferns in there makes it just luscious and tropical and filled with gorgeous colour, but super easy and low maintenance as well.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that picture there. Who would guess that you could get so much colour from something that doesn't flower? I mean, or technically doesn't flower. I mean, the leaf colours on that are phenomenal. The leaf shapes are amazing. I've got oodles of ferns in my garden because I've got a north-facing border in my garden. It does get a little bit of sun this time of year with the sun being so high, but most of the year it's in shade, and the ferns love it. They luxuriate in that kind of position. We've got some acers coming up later on as well. Acers and ferns go together fabulously well, look really, really good. Some of these ferns will stay evergreen for you as well in the winter time. So,
yeah, and most of them, I'm sure at least 5 of them, if not 6, have the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. And that's a really important thing to point out to you, particularly if you're a brand new gardener, because I remember when I first started getting into gardening, and it can be a little bit intimidating. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what to plant. But when something's got that Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, it means that the people who really do know what they're talking about, because trust me, the RHS, they know a thing or two about plants. They've taken these plants, they've trialled them, they've tested them. It's quite a rigorous testing process, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and they test for all sorts of things. So they'll test for like drought tolerance, disease resistance, sort of foliage texture, foliage colour, just so many different things they'll look for, and then eventually they give that plant that AGM, that Award of Garden Merit. These ferns are great. None of these ferns get hugely tall. They're all probably about sort of 12, 18 inches tall. They form these lovely kind of rosettes of leaves as well. A lot of them are evergreen, so they look good all the way through the winter. And then the new leaves will come up through the middle in the spring. And you've got options again there. Some people take the old leaves off before the new leaves develop. Some people leave them on, so you've got leaves of kind of different maturity. Then eventually the outside leaves you can take off if they get really, really scruffy. I pretty much just
leave mine alone. Yeah. I don't touch my ferns, honestly.
You can just let them be. But,
just let them be.
Yeah, but if you've got somewhere that's shady, doesn't get a lot of sun, and you want interest, you want colour, you want something that's going to sort of give you joy all the way through the year, plant these. One I do like is the Japanese holly fern, which is that I think that's Cryptomium. That one, that's one of my favourites. I've got loads of those in my garden, and they kind of form just great big spikes. That's actually not on this one. So strangely, yes, that's not on this one, but. Is it a mix, or are we guaranteeing a particular type?
No, I think we are guaranteeing. So they are named. There's one called the hairy lip fern as well, which I think is fantastic. They are named on the website. So when you go in, you'll be able to see those different, the names of them, the sizes that they're going to grow to. It gives you a description of the kind of leaf colour and things that you're going to get on there. They do come in our greenhouses as well, as you can see here. So this is how they come packaged to you. That then does up. There is a label on this side which has the names of the plants on there. It also matches up to a letter of the alphabet, which is embossed on the front of the packets here. So you can match the plant to the name on the website and on the packet, and then you can go and you can work out where it is you're going to plant them. They all do stay roughly a similar size, but some might grow just a little bit taller than others, so that helps you in your positioning of them. It is a double up deal available on the Hardy Fern collection as well. So if you want to go for 6, you can. It's £9.99. The usual price is £14.99, but you can double up for £14.99. So in essence, you're getting one free in relation to the RRP on there. 481005 is the item number if you want to go for the Hardy Ferns, which has come onto our favourites table as of today, and I'm really pleased about that. Let's give you a little reminder of some of the things that we have seen so far. Pens and papers, write down your list of plants that you're going to place your order for. 680057 is the item number if you want to go for the oleander, the red one. This is the double up deal available here. So we've got a half price if you want to go for one at £14.99. But if you want to double up, you can get 2 of those for £19.99, working out at £10 each. Best price we've ever brought you on the oleanders, and they're all looking amazing. These shots that you're looking at right now, these are from the nursery. That video was taken very recently. This is what yours are going to look like, flowering all summer long. Evergreen beauties. They really are fantastic, and they are creeping up into sort of first place when it comes to the favourites. 680057, as I said, is the item number for the red oleander. We've also got the pink ones available for you as well. Shades of pink you're going to get here. Same price, same deal, same beautiful flowers, lovely tropical feeling that it's going to give you. Definitely make you feel like you're on holidays if you've seen these growing out in those hot Mediterranean countries. Really easy to look after, thrive on neglect, drought tolerant once they get established. They really are very pretty. I can see why they are firmly becoming one of the favourites. 680027 is the item number if you want to go for the pink oleanders. Next we have, oh, the lovely eucalyptus, the gunny eye, the baby eucalyptus, a eucalyptus that's never going to get massive. For those of you that have wanted a eucalyptus in your garden but know that you can't plant one because they grow into massive, great big trees, this is the one that you need to go for. It's the gunny eye, and it's formed into the beautiful standard shape. So you have that lovely sort of tall, straight stem, and then that ball of colour that you get up at the top there. Evergreen, you know, pretty hardy as well. It's going to look great in a border, or I think personally I would keep this in a pot somewhere and have it as a feature in my garden, and also then I can underplant it and create that lovely tiered effect. It's a £15 saving on this as well, and please don't underestimate the kind of work that goes into creating something into a standard shape. It is actually quite skilled work to make that happen. So £15 saving as long as you enter the code YGTV2424. You can get that home at £24.99, and make sure you get your order to over 40 to get that free postage. Next we have the passion flower, one of the most beautiful when it comes to, you know, a climbing plant. Like, I love my wisteria, but the flowers on the wisteria, they're here and they're gone very quickly. Totally worth it. But the passion flower is going to give you flowers for months on end. It starts in around, I mean, probably sort of end of May, June time, the flowers appear on here, but they just keep flowering, and you get loads of them as well, and it keeps going right the way through the summer. Amazing deal on this. When we first brought this to you at £8.99 for your club price, everybody went crazy for this, and we've kept hold of that price for you. So it's a £10 saving, it's a half price deal, and of course you still get your 10% discount if you are in the club. 550334 if you want to go for your blue passion flower. Next one, ooh, the Lucky Dip Perennial Collection. Yeah, this one's fantastic. This is an artist's impression of the kind of flowers that you're going to get included in there. But look at the colours, the shapes, the sizes. You're going to get 9 9-centimetre pots, and it's going to be a mixture of things. You get Gaillardia, Salvia, Geums, there's all sorts in there. But then, if you use our code YGTV2424, we'll give you another pack absolutely free. So you might get some doubles, but you won't get more than 2 of any one plant, and some doubles would be lovely actually to receive. It'd be very exciting to get that collection home and open the box and see what you've got and work out where you're going to plant them. They are perennials, they'll come back for you year after year, and the value here is absolutely incredible. If you're in the club, it's £1 a plant. It's £17.99. So if you compare that to some of the prices that you will pay for a 9cm pot out there in the garden centres, you will agree that this is amazing value for money. Next we've got, one of my favourites. Genuinely love this plant so much. It's pretty, it's beautiful. You've got flowers, you've got berries, you've got gorgeous leaves, you've got lovely pinky red stems on there as well. It is just incredibly attractive, and it flowers and gives you those buds and those berries for months on end. It's totally hardy. It doesn't get massive either. About 1 metre by 1 metre is what we're saying it should grow to. So if you wanted to keep this in a pot, you absolutely could, but it works gorgeously in a mixed border as well. A plant that I think, you're not going to have to give too much attention to by way of care. You won't be able to stop looking at it, so you'll give it that kind of attention. But you definitely don't need to spend loads of time working on it, if you see what I mean. It's a £5 saving as well, so it's a third off. It's better than 25%, isn't it? Third off the price on this one for watching us here at YGTV. Make sure you use the code YGTV2424 to get that saving. Next, we've got the apricot shades. This is a customer favourite. For years on end, this has genuinely been a customer favourite. I think it's the shades that you're getting in here. You can plant up a whole tub of these, a whole hanging basket. Like my nan, all of her window boxes were filled with begonia apricot shades because you've got those lovely shades of peaches and lemons and corals. It just looks so perfect. And they're super easy to grow as well. Doesn't matter the weather, wet and windy, hot and dry. Begonias are really quite reliable plants. They don't mind about the British summer and what weather we get. They're, again, low maintenance. There's very little deadheading. You don't need to worry about them at all. They just do their thing. 410050 is the item number, and we do have a double up deal available on that as well. So £12.99 for 10. £5 more, you'll get another 10 in your basket as well. Put 2 in your basket to get the double up deal. The lovely Tanjutica, our gorgeous little lemons, clematis. So, Stu's calling it the cleminatus. I like that. That's a very good name, Stu. Well done. It's very pretty, only ever getting to about 40 by 40 centimetres. So this one's a really interesting one. Whether you've got a big garden and stuff for clematis to grow up, this would be a perfect addition into your patio garden. But particularly if you've got a smaller garden and nothing for a clematis to grow up, you can still grow a gorgeous clematis in your garden. So beautiful pot plant for you here. 550222 is the item number if you would like to go for the Tanjutica Little Lemons Clematis. And the final one in our review is the Antirrhinum, the Butterflies Mix. 10 garden-ready plants here, £4 saving, absolutely beautiful for your summer displays. Look at the colours. Those are the kinds of colours that you can get here. The petals on them are just ruffled and they're just pretty, aren't they? £8.99, as I said, with a £4 saving, and just £8.09 if you are in the club. 410048 is the item number if you'd like to add the Antirrhinum mix into your basket. Just having a little slurp of my coffee. And let's go over to Adam. Hi, Adam.
Hello, Bex.
All right?
I'm good. Yeah, enjoying myself.
Let's say hello to everybody in here, shall we? I'm on YouTube at the moment, Stu, and then I'll have a look in the emails. Everybody, thank you so much for all your messages. You can comment, by the way, on YouTube and on Facebook. I've got the YouTube feed. Stu's keeping an eye on the Facebook feed, so if there's anything in there, he will let us know. Amanda, Dingo, Penny, good morning to you all on Facebook. Dingo's waiting for his lilies. Dingo's got the garden full of lilies, right? Somebody sent us a picture as well with a whole front border filled with lilies. That's Dingo, isn't it? Can't wait for those to open, Dingo. I can't wait for you to send us the pictures of those. Yeah, we need some sun, don't we? The buds on my lilies, they're all there. They're waiting.
It's coming. I've been watching the weather, I think, from about the middle of next week.
Yeah.
Finally got some high pressure moving in. And
sound like the weatherman now.
yeah, and they're talking about days getting up to 21, 22, 23 degrees.
Boom!
And they even had some full sun all day symbols on some of the days as well.
That's a bit exciting.
Better weather is coming, definitely.
Right, Allwyn says, received my 200 litres on Thursday of my Gold Star compost. Whoop, whoop, yes, well done. Elaine, I have 3 bags already. Elaine, like me, Allwyn, will be getting more next. Excuse me, sorry. Morning, Julia. Hang on. Oh, it jumps. Just bear with. Right, Elaine, feet up and a cup of tea in hand and chill, Allwyn. Oh, they're all chatting to each other. I love it. I love that you all talk to each other. Elaine, Bex, I think my flame lilies are ginger yellow leaves. Ooh, that's exciting. Elaine, you'll have to send us some pictures at some point, please. And Neil says, collecting my latest order from my parents later when I see Dad. 6 osteospermums, summer displays and summer daisies and prisma pots. Very nice. What else is going on in here? I love apricot shades, says Elaine. Yes, we all love apricot shades. You're absolutely right. Elaine says, yes, Adam, we have water buffalo in the UK. Elaine is backing you up.
I thought we did, yeah.
We thought you were going mad, but Elaine is backing you up.
Yeah, because they milked them for making buffalo mozzarella. So, yeah.
Allwyn had to disappear for a while, but just because the dog needed to go in the garden. Lovely. I love hearing about your lives on there. That's fantastic. Right, what's going on in the emails? What have we got going on in here? Who's got a picture? Alison, yes, I'm seeing a picture. Ooh, let's have a look. Hang on, let me see what she says first. Morning all. The first photo is my first flower on my geranium tiny monster. The other roses, not sure which ones, and then one of my many hydrangeas. Oh, hang on, that's not the first picture. That's a... Oh, well, we're looking at a rose now, but that is a... I have not stopped mirroring. The iPad stopped mirroring. Right, I'm mirroring now, Stu. Beautiful rose. Look at the colour of that. That
is stunning, isn't it? What a gorgeous pink that is. Really, really happy, cheerful rose, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. And do you know what? I love it. We often say it about roses and how the foliage is the perfect backdrop, but it really is, isn't it? Look at that glossy green foliage just highlighting that pink rose.
And I've got a feeling that's going to have a nice fragrance as well, that rose. It just
I could just get my nose right in there.
Yeah,
have a lovely sniff. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Right, I can't scroll, Stu, so I have to come back. And let's have a look at the next one. What have we got here? Oh, it's a bit out of focus. It's a shame.
It's a geranium.
It's a shame. This is the geranium tiny monster, but it's focused on the foliage rather than the flower. But I can see loads of strolch going on in the background there as well. That's looking really beautiful. It's a gorgeous colour as well, isn't it? That purple shade of the tiny monster.
Nice ground-hugging one, that one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tiny one.
Yeah, it's nice, beautiful.
Oh, that hydrangea, look at that. It's looking really beautiful. The flowers are all just starting to come out on this gorgeous hydrangea. Stu's going to bring it up for us. Yep, there it is.
That's nice, that one.
Yeah, looking really nice.
I was flicking through social media, so there was a guy on there, American guy, saying how to take cuttings from these, and he called them hydrangeas.
Hydrangeas?
Yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
Hydrangeas. Yeah, I thought, that's cool.
It's a hydrangea. I quite like weird names for things.
Yeah, well, it can be sort of local sometimes. I used to go to one customer who used to call cotoneasters Cottoneasters.
Cottoneasters?
Yeah, Cottoneasters.
What do you call them?
Cotoneasters. Yeah, but this person used to call them Cottoneasters.
So, I'm not fussy.
No, it doesn't matter, does it? We all know what we're talking about, so who cares? Yeah, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it?
Anne tried contacting the company, but when I try using the search on the website, it brings up the terms and conditions. Anne, I had that same problem yesterday, actually. Apparently you have to go back to the homepage and Stu, I did experience this yesterday, and then when you go into the little search bit, it just kept bringing up the terms and conditions. We will look into that, Anne. Thank you very much for pointing that out, because I was having the same issue yesterday, so we will check that out. Send us your emails, ygtv@yougarden.com. I will do my best to be tech wizard, and we will show your pictures. As Alison just sent in, some of the things that are looking fantastic in her garden and some things that are just about to come out, like that gorgeous hydrangea. We want to see what's going on in your gardens, particularly if it's stuff that you've bought from us here at YGTV. That's fantastic. But we're not fussy. Doesn't matter whether you got it from us or not. We just love seeing what's going on in your garden. So please do share. I often bring we send pictures to here as well from our
We
own
do,
gardens,
yeah.
we?
We've got various things we've grown. We've sent pictures of alstroemerias. We've sent millions of pictures in of all.
Love showing off our gardens,
quite a few.
and we love showing off yours as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, keep it going with the chat and with the emails. We're going to carry on talking to you about some other gorgeous plants, and we're going to start off with Coreopsis. This is the early sunrise variety that we've got here. You will get 3 of the 9-centimetre pots. Let me just put that down for a second. 3 of these amazing quality 9-centimetre pots. They're a bit wet because they were sat in water outside. But just check out the roots on those. That is a really healthy, established plant, ready to go for you. And I love Coreopsis because it flowers for ages.
They do flower for ages. And you know what? They're just really easy to grow as well. They're one of those plants that, for minimum input, just flower for month after month after month after month. These super double, really cheery, bright yellow flowers, butter yellow flowers that just look absolutely glorious. And the plants we're sending out to you, I mean, have already got flower buds on.
Yeah, I mean, this one's quite a big bud here. There's another bud here. On this plant here, look, you've got 2 little buds just there waiting. They're going to open very soon. I mean, mine's... Oh, there's loads over here. Look, bud there and a little bud there.
These will be in flower, by the end of June, these will be in flower. Then they're going to flower through July, August, right through to September. I wouldn't be surprised if they go into October.
Mine started end of May, which I think is normal, isn't it? So normal flowering time, May time.
Yeah, because yours are established, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they kind of got ahead that little bit quicker. But and again, these, you know, they're not super fussy about soil particularly. They do like a sunny position. That's where they do very, very well. Sort of sunny and well drained. Great for pots, great for containers. Again, you could even put one of these in the middle of a hanging basket if you wanted to. The option's yours. But sometimes in life, you just come across a perennial that, without putting huge amounts of effort in, you just plant it, you leave it, and it just does its thing.
It does its thing,
and
yeah. This is one of those, isn't it?
It is one of those. And by the end of the summer, you kind of say to yourself, you know what? They were gorgeous, weren't they? They just, I didn't do anything to them, really. I just did a bit of deadheading, and they just kept going and going and going and going. They'll come up year after year. They should have a lifetime guarantee, because these are hardy plants. And what I would do at the end of the winter time, or the end of the summertime rather, just leave them, let them, you know, just leave the top growth on, it'll just die off. And then sort of late March, early April next year, when you see the new shoots come from the base, just cut the top off and they'll do it all over again.
They're so easy, honestly. I mean, I've got them... they're not in the sunniest spot, to be honest with you, but they're still doing absolutely fine. But I think if you can put them in a sunny spot, you will get more flowers from these. And the deal here is phenomenal. I was just looking at the price there. It's £9.99, but we're saving nearly £20. It's like a buy one, get 2 free with this particular deal, because you are saving so much money. That's just for shopping on YGTV and using the code YGTV2424. But then you can also get a 10% discount if you are in the club as well. If you are new to us today, joining the club is one of the best things that you can do. It's £5 to join, and it'll give you that extra 10% discount. So every plant, every pot, every order of compost that you make from us, you will get that 10% discount. Plus, you'll get those £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers to spend throughout the year. It breaks down to £5 every 3 months. Those come out to you in your welcome pack. You get this lovely welcome pack out in the post. It's got a lovely letter in there from our head gardener, Peter. And you get your vouchers as well. Now then, you can go for the 1-year membership, by the way, at £10. I wouldn't go for it. It just lasts for 12 months, and then it lapses. And of course, it costs you £10. The 5-year one can be renewed, is auto-renewed, but you can cancel that at any point. So you don't need to worry about that. We're not trying to tie you into anything at all. But if you want to keep that order, you know, the 10% discount, you want to keep that auto-renewal going, you can do that. If we then ever put the price of the club up, you will only ever pay £5 for it, as long as you keep that original subscription going. Right, Stu's telling me we need to talk to you about the website. When you're using your gift vouchers, not that box there, that one there. Okay? It's an important point to point out, because if you use the other box, it won't work. Yeah, you're just putting it in the... Apparently people are saying it's not working. It's because you're putting it in the wrong box. So the YGTV2424 is our offer code. Your voucher code, which is your £5, you know, every 3 months, that goes into that gift voucher box there. So hopefully we've helped a few people out. Right, so that was your coreopsis. We're now going to move on to the hardy gerberas. Isn't it funny? Obviously, I work here, so I do buy a lot of plants. But it's funny, isn't it? I keep going, I've got that. I've got that in my garden. I've got these in my garden too. There they are. That was actually last year. So that was the first year that I planted them. So these weren't particularly established. Literally in the first year, a couple of months after I planted them, that was the kind of display that I was getting. There they are in front of my strawberry plants. They are beautiful. I love gerberas. I love them because you get loads of flowers, but they're really tall and sturdy as well.
They're just joyful. You know, the weird thing about them as well is gerberas from like South Africa. They're from, well, southern part of Africa. That's where they're from. So you're thinking, hold on a minute. Yeah, they're from, you know, way down there, kind of below the equator.
They're not going to grow here.
Yeah, exactly. And you genuinely would think that, wouldn't you? But you know what? These are hardy to -8 degrees centigrade. That's incredible, isn't it? -8.
It is, yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to get through the vast majority of winters. And even if you were somewhere where the winter gets a little bit colder than that, because these die down to the ground in the autumn, all I do is put a layer of strulch over the top of them, and that will just give them that little added extra bit of protection, stop that frost getting down there. But I like the plants just for the super joyful leaves. They've got these really great, big,
lovely,
glossy, attractive leaves. Almost like, I tell you what they remind me of, Bex. They always remind me of like big dandelion leaves.
Yeah.
They've got that kind of shape to them.
I see what you mean.
And when I put one of these out this morning, I saw...
Did you see a bud?
Yeah, I did. There's definitely one.
Bud hunting.
I definitely saw one.
Look, I can see something
That's
there.
the one there. 2 buds, in fact, on that one.
Right, and that is amazing how... Right, they're right down the bottom there. That is amazing how quick those grow.
Isn't that good?
You'll be amazed, honestly. If these are on the show next week, I'll bet these will be up here.
2 or 3 inches
do
tall
grow
already.
so quickly. And then you get these lovely tall stems out of here. The foliage, you know, just is this lovely sort of bit at the bottom, and then you get these lovely tall flowers rising up out of them.
Isn't that foliage glossy?
It
I mean,
is.
it is really, really glossy foliage, and I like the fact the foliage kind of forms a rosette at the base. This foliage sits nice and low to the ground, then these bold upright stems, flower stems come up, and you can get up to 50 flowers per plant, and some of these flower heads can be as wide as a teacup.
Yeah, they do get big.
Really
and actually,
big
as the stem is growing up, it's kind of growing up. As it's rising, the flower sort of is nodding until all of a sudden it opens up, and then it points up to the sky.
See, like the little one there in the middle, look, it's doing exactly what you said.
It's just nodding like that.
Just sort of nodding
and then
down.
it just opens up like, hello, I'm here.
I'm here. And because you're getting those 3 colours, those 3, that's right, isn't it? You're getting 3 different different types,
You get
in
the
the collection.
Pink, orange and yellow.
So we're getting a mix.
Red, orange, yellow.
Yeah, so we're getting that great sort of mix in there. And these flower for month after month after month, make great cut flowers as well. You can cut some of these if you want to.
Always see them in bouquets, don't you?
You do, yeah. I mean, they're fabulous for bouquets. And if you cut them, you're going to encourage more flowers to come as well. They're just good as well in different types of pots. And we had them the other day in their Torino pots, didn't we? Look really good in there.
Grab those?
And then we had them in our sort of colourful pot mix. I can't remember the name.
Bellagios.
The Bellagios.
Those are the ones that I've got in mind.
Look great in those as well, and they're great for kids as well to grow because they're really fun, really different. But the choice is yours. But yeah, it's great, and it's just to think that now you can grow gerberas in your garden outside all the year round, -8, and I'm guessing, Stu, these have got a lifetime guarantee. If they've got, you know, if they say we can go down to -8, so
we'll have a little look.
I mean, imagine that the snowflake symbol would be on these.
Yeah. By the way, to know about the lifetime guarantee, if anything is classed as fully winter hardy, which these are, what you're looking for is a snowflake symbol on the website. So when you go to the product page on the website, you know, go in and put the item number 561198. If you go in and put that in, you see a snowflake symbol. That's it there. And that tells you that it has a lifetime guarantee. So if this fails to thrive, if it dies, you can get back in touch with our customer services department. You can tell them, my plant's died, and they will replace it for you free of charge. You just need to cover any postage costs to get it out to you. But I love the fact that we offer this lifetime guarantee on all of our fully winter hardy plants, because that just gives you that bit of peace of mind, doesn't it? To know that you can plant these out. There's our lovely Sean. We've been doing these videos to add onto the products just as a, you know, nice little bit to watch. Some people don't like to read all the information. Hopefully we are providing you with that information in these little videos that you'll be able to see on the product pages as well. He's shrunk, yeah.
He looks like
he's not as tall as he makes out, you know.
No.
He always says he's 6 foot tall. He's not at all.
He's about 3 foot 8 there, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's really tiny. We have to put boxes behind here for him to stand on because he's actually tiny. I hope he's not watching me now. Sean's at QVC today, actually. You might have tuned in and seen him. I think he's finished now. He was on 10 till 11. He's probably clearing up, getting ready to come home.
I tell you what, he's not 6 foot.
He's not.
He'd like to be. He's slightly taller than me.
I don't think he claims to be 6 foot.
And I'm 5'9".
I think he would like to be.
Yeah. Apparently, me and Sean are dead average height-wise. so he tells me.
All right, so that's your Hardy Gerbera collection. It is a buy one get one free. So you'll get 3 of those 7cm pots. There's 1, 2. And 3, but if you use the code YGTV2424, you will get another 3 entered into your basket as well. So put 1 in your basket, enter the code, you'll get another 1 for free, and you'll get your free gift included in there as well. That's where you get the savings. We love our free gifts. Now, you might want something to plant your gerberas in. And what we're going to suggest to you is the Torino planters. These lovely, and these are a perfect size for them, honestly. I love these planters. We've still got the deal here, which is a buy 1 get 2 free. So it's £3.99 normally for 1 of those. But if you put 1 in your basket, we will automatically, when you enter the code, put another 2 into your basket for you. So you're going to get 6 gerberas. Put 2 Torino copper planters into your basket, enter the code, we'll put 4 in. Then you'll have 6 planters for your 6 plants. That is going to be glorious. The foliage looks really pretty, and then you're going to get those lovely colourful stems out of the top there. Let's have a little look on the website so you can see the value of what we're talking about. There's 1 right there. If you get 2 for £5.98, don't do that. Just put 1 in your basket. You want the individual options. And then you're getting 2 free. If you want to get 6 of these, put 2 in your basket, and as you can see, you've got 4 free because we've already entered the code in. Highly recommend those Torino copper pots. That's also a great way, by the way, if your order is hovering at sort of £38 and you're paying £6.99 postage, don't do that. Put your pots in. You'll pay £3.99 for the pots, and you won't be paying the £6.99 postage. So you're going to be paying less and getting more, and that's always what we want to do when we are shopping. Yeah, it's what we do at YG. That's what we do at YouGarden TV.
They're good mood changers, those little pots as well, though, because you don't have to spend a fortune to change the mood. Change them over, because if you've got big pots, it could be really expensive, can't it? Like changing all the planting in a big pot, to get, and especially to get a result. One of those gerberas in one of those pots is easily enough, and that's just going to give you that brilliant impact all through the summer. And then in the autumn, you could take that gerbera out, plant it into the garden, and then in the autumn time, just put a little clump of forget-me-nots in there, put a wallflower in there, and then you can get the winter look for minimum output, but you've changed the mood and the feel of the garden.
All right, we're going to move down the table. GM Orange Pumpkin is next. These are beautiful. I love GMs. I think they're classy, they're elegant, they're beautiful. You get lovely mounded foliage, but then you get these gorgeous flowers. And these are a little bit unusual as well, aren't they? Yeah,
these are easy to grow GMs. And even in the wintertime, sometimes the foliage kind of remains on the ground a little bit. They don't always disappear completely. So you kind of know where they are in the wintertime. And again, they're one of those plants that's got like rosette kind of foliage that sits nice and snug to the ground, so the leaves make good ground cover, and then on lovely, really strong, upright, wiry stems, you get this explosion of super double orange flowers on this, hence orange pumpkin. I mean, just
look at that.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
that's going to make you smile, isn't it?
That's really something.
Just one pot with those in would look gorgeous, or dotted into your borders. I want these to go next to my Bowls Mauve, the purple, because I've got the Geranium Rosanne next to the Bowls Mauve, got a bit of purple, need to break it up. Purple and orange is a fantastic colour mix. It's a half-price deal. You're going to get 3 of those 9cm pots for £14.97. These are going to grow nicely, honestly. These are going to establish for you this year. I'd like to think you'll get some flowers from them later on this year, maybe. But it might be that you're waiting until next year to get those flowers. It's not a problem. We have to plan ahead when it comes to gardening. You know that. We have to plant this year for next year. And that's what you're going to be doing. Yeah, garden like you're going to live forever. That's what you need to do. 561211 is the item number if you want to go for your GM orange pumpkins. Next up, we've got our beautiful asters. I'm a big fan of asters because these give you late flowers.
Yeah, I really do like these, Bex, because like a lot of people, towards the end of the summer, I get that kind of SAD kind of feeling. You know, you get that sort of dread of like winter coming and autumn coming. And so when you've got a plant that brings your garden back to what it looks like in summer because of the amount of bloom and flower and colour it's got, it's a real bonus. And these asters, they are just phenomenal on a sort of an October day when they've got those slightly lower light levels, but we've still got that nice blue sky and there's still a bit of warmth in the air and the birds are still singing. And you go out in the morning and you see these great big mounds of these pastel coloured shades of asters smothering the plants, you know, still with pollinating insects and bees and stuff collecting that late nectar and pollen. These are fabulous, really, really fabulous. The name for me, Autumn Jewels, it really does sum it up completely. And there's just something about these colours at that time of year, these sort of those purples, those kind of magenta reds and pinks, they really pop this time of year in the lower light levels. These are going to add joy, they're going to add interest, they're going to give your garden that boost right at the end of the season just to bring it back up again to look colourful, look cheerful, look just as you want it to look. You can grow them in the beds and borders, you can grow them in pots, you can grow them in troughs. You know what, you could even try these in a hanging basket if you wanted to.
Yeah, they are gorgeous, honestly. And the first year you get them. If you get these now, I mean, I planted these out for myself last year as these kind of plug plants, and I got some flowers in the autumn last year. So you should get some flowers this year. I'm really excited about my asters this year now that they've been in for a year, because obviously they're just going to get that little bit bigger, a bit more established, and give me all of those gorgeous, gorgeous flowers right when I'm feeling a bit sad. Can you see a bud?
Yeah, these stems, lovely. These will flower. There's at least 2 in this, but you might get more in your pack, but there's at least 2 in this pack that will definitely flower this year, because you can see the flower stems on there. But as Beck said, they establish really, really quick, and next year you'll get these fabulous clumps of 3 different colours looking glorious.
Sapphire, rose quartz and purple diamond is what they are called. 3 colours, 2 of each is what is going to be delivered to you. If you want a multi-order on those, you absolutely can. There is a £5 saving on those. Next, we're going to go on to our pre-planted hanging baskets. I don't want to... do you know what? I get it. Sometimes we run out of time, or you just can't be bothered to plant up your hanging baskets. I totally understand. There's a lot of gardening jobs to do, and sometimes that can be last on the list. If you haven't done your hanging baskets yet, don't worry about it. We've got the solution for you. Maybe you've already put up some hanging baskets, but there's some gaps. And do you know what? You're going to put another bracket on the wall. You could put these onto those brackets, or you don't even need to use these as hanging baskets, because those clips, the hanging bits, are easily removable. They just clip off, so you could just have this as a pot on a table somewhere. Those flowers, those petunias will tumble, they will trail, they will cover that pot up, and of course then next year you can reuse that pot either as a pot on the ground or as a hanging basket that you fill yourself. We love petunias in our hanging baskets.
I love these petunias because, as you say, Bex, instantly you get this out the box, you've got this result. And it can be a bit of a romantic idea sometimes to plant up your own hanging baskets, and then when the economics and the cost of it kicks in, then you think, oh,
true,
actually that's not so romantic now, because I've got to buy the compost, I've got to buy the pot, I've got to get that those little gel capsules,
swell gel.
The swell gel, I've got to get the actual plants, then I've got to find time to do it, then you've got to balance it on something.
Yeah,
so
it all sounds lovely to start with, doesn't it? And then you actually break it down. You're like, oh, this is going to cost me a fortune, it's going to take me ages.
And we've all done that in life, haven't we? Where we thought we'd do something ourselves, and then we think afterwards, I wish I'd bought it ready-made. And these are going to come to you like this. These are already mature already. These can go straight outside now. Don't need to worry about hardening them off or frost or anything. Water them, feed them, use our blooming fast. Just deadhead them occasionally. And these are going to look glorious for you all the way through to the frost. So if you've got some really sad brackets out there, looking really dull, or do you know somebody who just moved into a new house or moved home and the previous owners have taken everything off the brackets and they've just got these sad empty brackets? How cheerful, how lovely would it be if they could just take these out of the box, hang them up, and instantly you've got that colour, you've got that interest, job done. That's one to tick off, you know.
Well, for the price of a bouquet of flowers, because you can't really buy a bouquet of flowers for less than sort of 20, 25 quid,
Not a
can
decent
you?
bunch, no.
You can get these pre-planted hanging baskets. What a wonderful gift to somebody who's maybe just moved into a house. Maybe it's just a thank you gift to somebody. They don't even need to use them as hanging baskets. As I said, they can just be pots. They will tumble trail and cover up that pot entirely. 450091 is the item number. Great value for money when you break it down to the individual component parts and delivered direct to your door as well. Within 3 minutes of you getting it home, out the box, hang it up, you've got a gorgeous display there. We've got to bring you back to the gerberas. I'm so glad. Apparently we've had a little bit of interest in the gerberas. It's another amazing deal. This is a buy one, get one free. And when I say that, I mean buy three, get three, because the deal is for 3 7cm pots, put one of this item number, 561198, into your basket. Use the code YGTV2424 and you'll get another set of those absolutely free. It's just $19.99 or $17.99 if you're in the club. And these are perennial. They'll come back, won't they?
Yeah, these are perennial because these are hardy to -8. I don't know they've done it. I mean, these originate from South Africa.
Clever breeding.
Yeah, clever breeding, yeah, as we now created gerberas that will survive down to -8. And I would say, if you live in a colder area, put a thick layer of strulch over the top of these when they die down in the winter, and that will protect them even further. But these are going to come back year after year after year. They've got a lifetime hardiness guarantee. 3 fabulous colour ranges in these. Up to 50 flowers per plant on super straight stems, and these are just such joyful, super happy, really cheerful, daisy looking flowers. These are phenomenal. You can even cut some of these to take indoors, and like a lot of plants, the more you cut, the more flowers you encourage to come.
It's true, honestly. I haven't grown them last year. When one faded and I cut it off, it's amazing how quickly the next ones will come through. And you get multiples, it's not just one flower at a time, you get multiple flowers at any one time on these. Beautiful colour mix, lovely kind of hot colour mix that you're getting included in there. And of course, as I said, it's a great deal with a buy one, get one free. So you will actually get 6 of those pots delivered to your door. If you've got something to plant them in already, wonderful. You can plant them out in borders, you can put them into pots, but we're going to recommend that you go for our Torinos because these are on a buy one, get 2 free. And these are the perfect size for those gerberas to go in. So buy one, put one in your basket, enter the code YGTV2424. We will put another 2 into your basket. So if you want 6 of these to go with your 6 gerberas, put 2 Torino pots into your basket. And I don't mean the pack of 2. Put 2 individual ones in. You'll know what I mean when you go to the website. Put 2 individual ones into your basket. Enter the code YGTV2424. We'll put another 4 in for free. Then you've got 6 pots, 1 for each of your gerberas. It's a brilliant pot if you're using it for this, but it is also great for, if you want to change, a mood changer, as Adam said. If you want to change over quickly and easily and cheaply, because these are nice and small, it means that you can change them over quite cost effectively.
Don't need masses of compost or anything like that.
Exactly, and just 1 or 2 plants in there and you've changed it over.
Quick and easy, job done.
Quick and easy. 130272 for your Torino planter pots there. Right, we need to do a quick stop off over here at the passion flower, because this one has also been very popular. I know why, because it's very, very pretty. It flowers loads. The flowers are absolutely incredible, but most importantly, this is £8.99. It's, well, if you're in the club, £9.99 if you are not in the club. It's a half-price deal for something that is hardy, flowers all summer long, quite a vigorous climber. If you want to cover something up very quickly, you don't want a jasmine.
No.
I mean, you want a jasmine. They're beautiful, but they're slow-growing climbers.
A lot slower
This
than
is
this.
a fast-growing climber.
And this is a climber that quite happily mixes with other plants. It's not an overwhelming climber. It's not going to completely smother its host and destroy it like, say, Russian vine or Virginia creeper would. You can grow this in between other things. So, for example, you might have a rose going over an archway that only sort of flowers once and there's no more flowers the rest of the year. Grow this up through it. then you've got that extended flower season there with the colours of this. And oh goodness me, I mean, look at it. This is probably one of the most, well, that I know of. I mean, there probably are others out there, but this is one of the most extraordinarily shaped flowers I've ever seen.
I just love how many layers you've got to it, and I always describe it as a 3D flower, and I get it, all flowers are 3D, but I just mean how many layers of interest there are when you look at this flower. I mean, from the front it's amazing, from the side as I'm looking at this, it's just incredible. Well, it's mesmerising.
It is mesmerising, and whatever you believe, I don't know whether you believe in God or whether you believe in evolution, it's almost like whichever one it was had loads of bits of another flower left over at the end and thought, I know what,
I'll put it all together.
Yeah, I'll just pick up all those clippings off the floor and I'll make a passion flower. I mean, it almost looks like an insect on the end there, that kind of...
And so the blue bit here, there's 2 layers of that.
Yeah.
There's 2 layers of these gorgeous bits. Can you see that there? Yeah, look. 1 layer there and 1 layer there. There's so much going on with it. I love it.
And these aren't actually petals as such. These are sepals. These are what form the outside of the bud. So initially they're kind of the outside of the bud, and then when they open up, they sort of become like a part of the flower.
And it's quite a sturdy flower as well, isn't it? Like I'm not destroying it by touching it, which means it withstand summer weather.
Yeah, I've seen these in loads of customers' gardens over the years. Yeah, these can grow 10, 15 foot in a year, but say not in an overwhelming kind of way. And they've got these little tendrils. You can see the tendrils on the side. And the tendrils are kind of stretched out and just kind of big curves to start with. And then the minute they grip onto something, the tendrils contract. So that pulls the climber towards whatever it's supporting it. Look at that! Isn't that phenomenal? What nature does.
It's clever.
So you got the one down here that's sort of
I need this. I need to order it. I'm placing
great,
my order.
And
done.
Hardy, this has got a lifetime guarantee on it as well, and these can even be semi-evergreen. I've seen in mild winters these keep most of their leaves all the way through the winter time. In hot summers they have these very small egg-shaped orange fruit as well, which are another added attraction for this plant.
They don't taste nice. Birds like them though, apparently.
Birds like them, yeah, but just a fabulous climber, does so well in the UK and just so interesting and unusual.
I've resisted for this long, I cannot resist anymore. My order is going in for the passion flower later on today. So don't buy them all, because I want one. 550334 is the item number. If you want to go for the passion flower, it is on that half price deal, so that is a phenomenal saving for you, but only because you lucky people, you're the clever ones, you're the savvy ones, you are watching us here at YGTV. This is the home of the best deals when it comes to all your gardening needs. Let's bring you over to some of the other amazing deals, and actually these are proving to be some of the most popular that we have got on our YGTV show today. We've got the oleanders, we've got our Laval planters, and we have got our perennial plant collection coming up next. This is going to be the exciting 5 minutes, so don't go anywhere, stay with us. Right, what we want to know, because this is the only election that matters this year, are you team red or are you team pink? Which one have you got? Which one are you going for? What about you, Adam? Which one would you go for out of these two?
I think on this occasion I'd go for the pink.
Oh, I'm going for the red.
Yeah, no, it's weird because I do like the different colours, but
no, they're beautiful. They are all beautiful.
They're all stunning, actually. But yeah, I think for me the pink ones are the really traditional kind of ones that I'm used to seeing. But yeah, I do love the red ones as well. I love both.
Well, look, we've got an amazing deal for you on these. We'll bring the details up for you, because you've got a half price deal. If you're going to go for one, these should be $29.99, and that is a fantastic price for what is an incredibly healthy, wonderful plant here, and we'll go into the details on this. But we've got an even better deal if you want to go for 2 of these, because if you put 2 of them into your basket, we've got the double up deal where you can get these for 20 quid. They work out £10 each. So half price if you want to go for 1, but even better if you're going for them as a double up deal. And YouGarden customers, you will have received an email this morning saying 25% off. That's great. Don't use that code, because we've got an even better deal for you at YGTV. They start off half price, But if you want two, they're going to go to a third of the price. So 66% off the usual price. Plus, you're going to get your free gift included, which is our Blooming Fast fertiliser, worth £4.99. Makes 100 litres of that amazing plant food. And if you get your order to over £40, you'll get free postage as well. So we have much better deals direct at YGTV. And of course, Adam's here, so you get to spend time with him as well.
And Bex is here as well.
Right, now these are fabulous quality, and I do want to highlight that because we've got an amazing relationship with a Sicily-based grower.
We have. It's a miracle, actually, we've got them at all, because 10 years you have to wait for this grower. So basically, you know, if you went down to this grower today in Sicily and said, can you start supplying me with your oleanders? It'd say, yeah, I can start doing that from 2034. Because there's a big kind of waiting list.
They are so good.
Yeah.
We actually had to join that waiting list years ago. We've been working with them for years now, but we had to wait a couple of years to be able to get to work with them. Our head gardener is so proud of this relationship because he knows the quality of the plants that we are getting here, and they are fantastic quality.
And they are fantastic. And it's been very difficult to get oleanders into the UK. It's various things. Brexit was one of the things that kind of interfered with the supply of them. There was a disease on the continent called Xylella. Again, made it very difficult to bring oleanders in. We've managed to circumvent all of those kind of things and get to this supplier. And now we're bringing you these incredible quality plants. I mean, the one I've got here in front of me, these are grown from cuttings, and this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 stems on this. Yeah. Most of them have 8 stems, some have 9 stems. So a multi-stemmed plant. You're not just getting one single spindly stem with flowers on the top. You're getting a miniature bush oleander in a pot that's only going to get bigger, going to spread out, and and just be more and more impressive. And the root system, hang on.
Oh, we haven't taken that one out of the pot. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that.
I just know. Hey, look at that. I love it. I so love it when we take things out of the pot, because this is the bit that gives me confidence. This is the bit that makes me sort of proud to kind of bring in these kind of plants. Because you know what? If I pulled that out of the pot and all the compost fell off and all these little bits started falling away, I think, oh, that's awkward. That's embarrassing. That's not a quality plant. This is a quality established plant.
Yeah, we're never worried about pulling plants out of the pot here.
We don't.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, probably 99 times out of 100 in actual fact, we haven't checked it before we do it live when we're broadcasting to you, because we know we don't need to. We know the quality of the plants that we bring you here at YGTV. 680027 is the item number if you'd like to go for your oleander shades of pink on that double up deal, or individually if you want to get the half price offer. But you can also go for the red ones as well. Exactly the same deal available for you on the oleander reds. Flowers for months.
Flowers for months.
Evergreen.
Yeah, evergreen foliage. Look, I mean, on this one, look, foliage all the way down to the base. So again, not spindly bare sticks, flat foliage down to the bottom. This lovely glossy willow-shaped foliage. Flowers already on these when you get them out the box. Buds coming there. And then when you look round your plant, I mean, round the back here, for instance, on this one, look, another group of flower spikes there that are going to give you flower in another few weeks' time. And these little side shoots that are not doing anything at the moment, or so you think, well, these will start to, in fact, this one is already starting to throw out a little tiny flower spike right down in the middle there. So that's going to be your flower for probably about 4 to 6 weeks' time. Providing you plant these somewhere sunny and well drained, and they're fabulous pot plants, you're going to get that colour for month after month after month. And we say these are hardy down to about -5. So most British winters they're going to get through. If you're in a really cold area, grow them in a pot so you can give them that extra winter protection. If you're in a mild area and you're a little bit worried about an extra cold winter, fleece round and round and round and round, half a dozen times.
Very easy to give that extra winter protection. 680027 is the item number if you want to go for the pink. Details for the red are coming. 680057 is the item number. Same deal, same price. You're just going to get the red version instead of the shades of pink. And when I say red, it's not like geranium fire queen red. It's not scarlet red. It's a lovely, I think, more elegant, more classy shades of red that you're getting in there. More kind of pinky red.
Yeah. You're funny enough. I was looking at that just now and thinking, if I had to sort of just give a certain name I'd struggle a bit there, because
Elaine's good with names. Elaine, tell us what colour that is, will you?
It's
not red. What is it?
It's a pinky red. Is it like cerise?
Cerise might be a good name.
Could it be cerise?
No, it's not coral. It's deeper than that, Stu. Elaine, tell us the colours. I know you're good at that. All right, so those are the red ones that we've got there for you. Again, on that double up deal. So half price if you want to go for one at $14.99, but go for two. Get a pair, why not? Do remember, as with a lot of things in our garden, there are some toxic things. Oleanders fall into that, pets and humans. So don't eat it, and maybe wear some gloves, particularly if you are sensitive to those sorts of things. Now then, if you want a pot to grow your oleanders in, we've got a great option for you, and these are the Laval planters. Now the Laval planters are also on this crazy double up deal as well, so you can actually get 4 of these, and these would be the perfect size for your oleanders to live in. Certainly for a few years anyway. And I love the colour, I love that grey, I love that these look like carved stone, but that they are actually plastic pots, UV stabilised, frost resistant, and they are going to last you for ages. Stu just went, oh my God, how good does that look? You're right, it does look amazing, doesn't it?
They look classic in these, don't they?
Maybe you want to go for 2 pink and 2 red oleanders and get this amazing double up deal on the twin pack of Laval planters. That would be a great order.
Let's go red, pink,
red, pink, red, pink. Look at that. How pretty is that?
Okay. Then they're stunning. I love these. These are one of my favourite ones, the Laval ones.
Yeah, me too.
These are so kind of modern, so classic, so expensive looking to me. And you know what? If you sort of walk past these on your way to work or something and saw these in somebody's front garden, you'd never guess they were plastic. They do look like stone pots, really expensive stone pots. I like the sort of the raised pattern on the side there. These are UV stable. These are frost resistant. They're lightweight. They're going to last you for donkey's years. Yeah. And although they are contemporary, again, I could see them in a cottage garden with sort of more cottagey garden kind of plants flowing over the edge, and these would be perfect size for these oleanders if you're going to keep them in a pot for probably at least a couple of seasons, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think a lot of the pots that we bring you, you know, the way that they've been selected, and our head gardener has a massive input when it comes to the pots that we, you know, buy and bring to you. I think that the biggest thing that they're thinking about is how they're going to fit into everybody's gardens. It doesn't matter what kind of scheme you've got, it doesn't matter what colour scheme you've got. We bring you pots that can fit into all of those, and I think that's absolutely true when it comes to the Lavals. They come as a twin pack, so 130595 is a twin pack of the Laval planters. If you want to double up and get 2 twin packs, you absolutely can. It's just going to be £5 more to get the other twin pack. They break down to £5 each in that way. Just make sure you use the code YGTV2424 in order to get that amazing discount. Right, the other really super popular item on today's show, I'm so glad it is our Lucky Dip perennial collection. These break down, thank you Adam, these break down to £1 each if you are in the club, because the deal is on 561046 you will get 9 9cm pots. But if you put one of those into your basket and enter the code YGTV2424, you will get what you're looking at right now, and that is 18 of those 9cm pots delivered to your door. It's a lucky dip, so I'm not going to guarantee exactly what you are going to get. What you're looking at here is a good indication, a certain possibility, yes, of what you are going to receive. And there are some fantastic plants in that selection.
Well, what you're looking at here is just blooming ridiculous, to be honest. I mean, if you think, you know, if you're a club member and you're going to get something like this, I mean, to get a plant that size down to a pound. I don't think
I've got a Gaillardia. I need one.
£1 for that? Come on, that's ridiculous. If that was in a 2-litre pot in a garden centre, I could see that being £4.99, £5.99 for that one plant.
Look at the buds. Look at how many are ready to open here. I mean, you're getting a lot of these plants at the exact perfect time to still get some really good interest this season. But of course, for years.
Yeah, because these are perennials. These come up year after year after year. So, you know, this is an herbaceous border in a box when you get this home.
Salvias, geums,
that's the thing, Bex. It's the mix. So let's just quickly run through. You've got a whole mix of colour in the form of flowers and flower shape. You've got different foliage and different foliage texture. You've got plants that will grow in different positions. You've got plants that will grow in different heights. You've got plants that will grow at different times of year. So there's so many options here, and these will come up year after year after year. They will have a lifetime guarantee. These are all winter hardy. Some of them, like the Artemisia down here, the Powys Castle, that's even semi-evergreen, so that can even look something in the winter time. You might get the odd double up, but we won't give you more than one double up in that mix. So you're going to get that kind of mix every time.
Yeah, you might get, because it's 2 items, if you see what I mean, put together, you might get 2 of the same plant, but do you know what? That is going to be brilliant anyway. That can be quite useful to have 2 of the same plant. But it is going to be super interesting when you get these delivered to your door and you start going through. You can see there's labels on the side, so they're all named. It's not like we're sending them to you when you've got no idea what they are. Yeah, have fun with that. You can always then see what the plant is, and then you can work out where it needs to be planted. It's super easy to take advantage of that double up deal. Take the item code 561046. Go to the website, YouGarden.com. Put in that item code, put 1 into your basket. Then on the side of the screen where it asks you, do you have an offer code? Yes, you do. Put in YGTV2424. We'll automatically put another set in there for you. 18 of those delivered, plus you will see that you get a free gift included in your order, which is a packet of our Blooming Fast fertiliser.
I'll tell you another brilliant thing as well, Bex, because the item number is on these as well. If you go back into our website when you get these home and put the item number in, scroll down, we do have care tips as well on a lot of the plants. So you don't even need to go anywhere else. Go back on our website. We'll tell you how to care for these, where to plant them, what they're going to do.
Size they'll grow to.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
So you've got all the info on our website.
Yeah, it's romping away as one of the stonking deals of the day, one of Adam's terms there. People are absolutely loving this, and you can see why. It's a wonderful selection. There's nothing lazy about it. All winners, and they work out to £1 a piece if you are in the club. A little bit more, £1 and something if you're not in the club. So still amazing value. Elaine, I knew you would do it for us. Thank you so much. The oleander, she's calling it ruby.
Yeah, that is a ruby red.
It's a ruby red. Well done.
Yeah, you've nailed it.
Thank you, Elaine. Right, we are going to talk to you about compost next, but not us actually. We're going to have a little wee break, and you're going to hear from Sean, who's busy at QVC today, and our amazing head gardener, Peter McDermott.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. And plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's, what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon well, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And, you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough.
So that was our wonderful Peter and Sean Ryan telling us all about the Premium Professional Compost. It really is the most amazing compost. I use it, we use it here at the nursery. This is the compost of choice, and it's because it's packed with all those fantastic ingredients. Comes to you in 2 50-litre bags. 100 litres is pretty heavy to carry around. So we do split it into those 2 bags. You'll see they're plain white bags. That's because we put the value in the bag, not on the bag. We're not wasting money putting marketing material on the outside of the bag. We don't need to. We know how good this compost is, and all of our regulars know how good this compost is as well. Olwen always calls it her gold star compost. I know you always come back and buy from us. It really is absolutely amazing stuff. Right. Oh, and the compost, by the way, excuse me, if you want to get multiples of your free gift, that is my top tip, because there's free postage on your compost. So you don't have to pay postage here. So if you want to get multiples of your free gift, place an order for your compost, use the code YGTV2424. That'll give you your saving, but it will also give you your free gift. Then come back and do another order. This is just from the last few days. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Compost is really good. Planted it, with so many pots. Excellent product. Ordered this for several years. Always been successful. There's loads of them. There's always loads of 5-star reviews on this. Over the years that we've been bringing it, it's been the most popular, and it is constantly 5-star reviewed. It's great stuff. I did not have a mimosa when I had that little break. Oh, we've got loads of emails coming in. Oh my word, how many emails? Right, Grimmy. He is showing us, my geranium storm clouds are just flowering. Oh my word. I am so in love with the geranium storm clouds. I love my geranium Roseanne, but look at that. That is beautiful. Love it, Grimmy. Well done. Right, let's have a look at the next. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Oh, look, that is a statue. Yes, that's a dog statue. Oh, and he's put his poppy in the background as well. Look, Himalayan blue is still looking beautiful in the background there. Very nice.
I'm envious of that. I love that colour. So unusual.
All right, that was Grimmy. Keith. Hi, Bex and Adam. I potted up the oleanders and passion fruit and clematis in those nice green pots. The Prisma deal that we had. Oh, and you went for it, didn't you? Oh, look. Oleander, 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 oleander. And all your clematis as well. There's a pot of stralt. You've put stralt around everything.
That's looking, stonking.
Yeah, nice.
That's a stonking display.
Well done, Keith. That's looking beautiful. Is that Dingo? Is that Dingo? Oh, thanks, Dingo. Stu gets to see this all the time, so he's learnt all this stuff. Who's this? Ollie Mo? Oh, is this Elwyn? Ollie Mo. Oh, wow. Beautiful yellow rose.
Lovely. Stunning, isn't it? Oh, look at that one.
Oh, look at that peachy coloured one.
Oh,
look at all the buds. Look at how many buds there are on that.
That is... I don't know what it's called, that one, but it's gorgeous.
That's beautiful, isn't it? If you are looking for a rose, we've got the Chelsea Pensioner coming up on the show. Gorgeous bright red rose there. Elaine is up next. She hasn't said anything. She's just sent a picture. Hold me back. Oh, my word. It's a beauty. Yeah, is that the moonrise? I think it might be. In the Tuscany pot, in our compost. I can see some strawberries in the background there as well.
Oh, and a
my
peony.
word.
Look, lovely little peony making a late appearance there on
Yeah,
the left
little
as well.
peony, just
Lovely-
trying to do a little, what's it called? A photo bomb.
Lovely little pink peony.
Peony is photo bombing. Okay, lovely. That's looking gorgeous. Elaine sent another picture. Let's have a look at what Elaine's sending us. Oh, is that the black Baccarat rose?
Great big fat bud there.
The Baccarat.
Oh, another bud there. I didn't
It
see
could
those
be,
buds to
couldn't
start
it?
with. They were a bit camouflage, weren't they, against the Strauch? But they won't be soon. Once they pop
Look
out,
at
they'll
that.
be like, look at me, look at me.
Look
They're
at
gonna
that bud there, look.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice foliage as well. Look at that.
That's
really
looking
healthy
lovely.
foliage.
Yeah.
And I love it when we get the pictures with the raindrop songs. They look really kind of like magazine-y. They've got that kind of like... that's a good one. That rose one again looks really good with the orange with the sunlight on.
Sorry, that's... that is the one I've just done, but it says Bridge of Sighs and Sent from Heaven. So one of them is called Bridge of Sighs and one is called Sent from Heaven. Those were Olwyn's roses.
Isn't that fabulous, the way the light's hitting that flower as well?
Isn't it pretty?
Lovely picture that is.
Very nice. Right, let's see what else is coming. I've got loads of emails. I love it. Thank you so much. Kenneth. That's my dad's name, Kenneth. Ken, just a few YouGarden plants. I can't see an attachment to that one. Hang on. No, it's up on the next one. Hi, Stu, having a little oops day. Here are some of the YouGarden plants. So Ken, oh, is that the Roseanne? That looks like Roseanne with a lovely bee having a great time.
That's a good pick, isn't it?
Next one is...
Oh. Miner's Merlot, is it? Miner's Merlot there?
That looks like the Euphorbia, Miner's Merlot.
Yeah, look at that.
So, do you remember me
still
saying
going.
that I moved my Miner's Merlot and it went and I was worried it had died?
Yeah.
It hasn't died.
It's...
It just sulked a bit because obviously I moved it when it was in full flower, which is the worst time you can move it. Don't ever do that. I really thought it died, but it's looking healthy again.
Is it looking
It's
a bit...
upright.
Looking a bit buckled or like...
No, it was really like this.
And then it kind of...
And now it's sort of more like this again.
Yeah.
So it's all right, it's good.
like
that looks great though, love that. Hang on, we've got more
quite late,
pictures.
that one as well. Well, it might have been an old pick, I don't know.
And that was the same one, sorry. I'm getting there, bear with me guys. Ooh. That is a gorgeous red rose, isn't it?
That is nice. Oh,
That looks like a hybrid tea rose.
Yeah, I'd say probably, yeah, that lovely upright stem, that
Yeah.
big flower.
Looking beautiful. Let's see what else, because there was another... Oh, they've got
Oh, I
several
love all
pictures
these
here,
pictures.
hold on.
It's really exciting about what's going to come up next.
Ooh, what's this one? Is that...
We've done that one, haven't we?
That's the hydrangea. Is that
It
the...
is. Yes.
It's not the Euphoria. It's not the Serrata. Is it the Bollywood? It could be the Bollywood. You're right. It could be. Looking lovely. Nice one. This is Ken, isn't it? Yes. And last picture for
That was a
Ken.
while back we did the Bollywood, wasn't
It
it?
was a little while.
Oh, that is something called
Hang on. Campanula.
Campanula glomerata. Yeah.
Blue crown. Thanks for that.
Yeah, glomerata, because it has these kind of ball-shaped kind of flowers on the top. So, yeah, I think it's a type of Campanula glomerata.
Very nice. That looks lovely. I love that colour. I so love purples.
You should
Right.
grow that, Beck. So they're really easy to grow. They do well in your garden.
Yeah.
They kind of spread, make nice little carpets.
Neil, hi Bex and Adam. Here's photos of one of the flowering foxgloves in my garden. Also have a pure white one. Also the red hot pokers. Colour has fully bloomed. Let's see, shall we? Oh, wow. Look at that.
There's just something
love a
so
foxglove.
stunning about foxgloves, isn't there?
Look at those markings inside there as well. They're beautiful, Neil. Well done. And the red hot pokers, I think you said, was coming up next. Ooh, these aren't the red hot pokers, but they are pokers. Niphophia or something.
Yep, same family,
aren't they?
yeah, Niphophia.
Lovely.
I mean, sometimes they can be red, they can be yellow, they can be orange. There's quite a colour range now.
All right, there's lots of emails. I am going to go to one more, and then we'll come back to the others, but only because I've seen the title of the email, which is acers. Amanda, hi Stuart, here's a pic of my acer. I received the 3 varieties the other day to join it. This is the pic of the 4 of them together.
Could I just check your pulse? Your pulse is racing, Bex. Your pulse is racing.
Look! Oh, Amanda, that looks so pretty. And the thing is, you're going to have those acers for so long. They live for decades, even, as you said the other day, hundreds of years they can sometimes live for.
Yeah, I mean, and they get huge. And I went on holiday back in Cumbria back earlier in the year, in a garden centre. They had some in tubs, trunks that wide. They were £4,800 each. £4,800. And the pots, I'm not exaggerating, the pots were this wide and they were this high. I mean, you'd need a forklift to lift them.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you imagine how nervous you would be buying a plant for £4,800?
Yeah, definitely.
You'd want to take out insurance, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I do have loads more emails, but we'll leave it there for the time being. We'll come back to some more in a little while. Thank you very much for sending in your pictures. I love seeing them. YGTV@yougarden.com if you want to know. That's where you can send any of your pictures to. We don't care what they are. We just love seeing your gardens. So please do send those in.
As long as they're not like, as long as they're not all Bridgerton. We don't want Bridgerton.
You can send your rude photos, I don't mind. We won't show them on screen. YGTV@yougarden.com. Please do send your emails through. Olwen's asking, where's the best place to grow your acers? He's very kind. Basically, Olwen, you want a dappled shade and sheltered position is the top tips when it comes to that. So you don't want them in full sun, though apparently the green varieties can cope with more sun than the darker coloured varieties. But essentially, they'd be most happy if you can put them in a dappled shade and not in anywhere where you're going to get loads of wind blowing, because the leaves get scorched by the sun and the wind. But other than that, honestly, they're really not tricky. They're really not divas. They're very, very easy to look after, and they are fully winter hardy. Do we have the Acer collection?
Don't plant them anywhere near where Bex lives, though, because they'll go missing in the night.
It's true. If you are looking for acers, we do have an Acer collection. There's 3 acers, lovely different colours. So, nice small ones. So you get the joys of seeing these grow. And I just love them. This is what I bought for my friends who recently got married and got it delivered to their door. This is the order that I placed, and it got delivered within 7 or 8 days it was. And I got it because it's going to last them for the rest of their lifetime. And I just think they are super beautiful. 510134 is the item number if you want to go for your Japanese maple Acer collection. You've got Emerald Lace, which is this lovely one here, the lovely dissected leaves. We've got Orange Dream, which has those lovely kind of maple leaves on them, and it does turn beautiful shades.
It does, yeah. And the great thing is, we're not talking about orange leaves in the autumn. We're talking about orange leaves in the summer, like in the normal growing period.
Absolutely. And then you've got the Atropurpureum, this lovely darker foliage colour as well. So it's a really clever collection been put together there. Right, we're going to do a little review of some of the things that we've seen so far. We've still got stuff to come up. We've got some agapanthus, we've got some clematis, we've got verbenas, we've got geranium fire queens. We're going back to our favourites in a minute. The oleanders will be coming back up. So if you can stick with us, we're here for another hour and 45 minutes. So stick with us if you can. If you can't, you've got to go somewhere. Totally understand. You can always watch the shows on Catch Up on YouTube, on Facebook and on the YouGarden website. Here we've got our beautiful Coreopsis.
Yeah, flowering its socks off week after week after week. And you know what? A perennial that does not need a super lot of fuss to do fantastically well. Plant is somewhere sunny and well drained. Front of the border, fabulous for pots or planters or troughs. And well, Bex has got these in her garden, which are already established. Bex's one started flowering in May. The ones we're sending out to you already got flower buds on. They're going to be flowering soon, and they're just going to keep going all the way up until, well, probably September, October time even. Just keep deadheading them regularly. That will encourage more flowers to come. And if you've got them in a pot or a trough, just feed them occasionally as well with blooming fast. That will just keep them flowers to come as well. At the end of the year, just let them die down, and then cut them back the following spring down to about 2 or 3 inches. They'll come up and they'll just keep giving you that fabulous colour year after year.
Yeah, they're brilliant. 560-890 39cm pots. Amazing price on that. It's like a buy one, get 2 free. $9.99 or $8.99 if you're in the club. Next we have...
Is that for all 3?
Oh, yeah, all 3.
Let me Flipping out.
Next we have the asters. 6 jumbo plugs will give you flowers this year. They'll establish and they'll get even better in years to come, but these are great for late flowering.
Yeah, these are. These give you that amazing pop of colour right at the end of the season. You know, sometimes you get to the end of September, beginning October, and you start to think to yourself, all the really big events in the garden are over now, aren't they? You know, the spring bulbs are long gone, the summer bedding's kind of faded, my big peony displays went earlier in the year. Well, with these, it's not all over, because these are real statement plants. These are going to give you huge pops of dramatic, intense, uplifting colour right at the end of the season, right up until the frost. These are bone hardy. They'll come up year after year. They'll form bigger and bigger dome-shaped clumps each year, and they will just give you that huge lift on those autumn days.
A third off there, £5 saving, just £9.99. You can multi-order on those if you like. I think that's well worth doing. GM's next, the orange pumpkins. This is a half-price deal. 3 9cm pots, £15 saving. Remember that you'll also get a 10% discount if you are in our club as well. 561211 is the item number if you would like to go for the GM orange pumpkins. Next we have our passion flower. This one is an amazing climber, a vigorous climber.
A vigorous climber and a most insane flower, to be honest. I mean, look at that flower. You just couldn't make it up, could you? I mean, nature has somehow. A hardy climber, a vigorous climber, a climber that is friendly, climbing through other things. Isn't a thug. It's not going to overwhelm anything else you plant it with. So you could grow this through a climbing rose. You could grow this up through a forsythia, for example. Fabulous yellow flowers in March, but then it's, you know, just green the rest of the year. Grow this through it and get those lovely, lovely purple flowers. And in a warm, hot summer, you get these very small orange fruit that are also very attractive. Just so easy to grow, and it looks like the sort of plant you couldn't grow in this country, but you know what, it has our lifetime guarantee.
Totally.
And these are quite hardy.
I'm going to get one of these. I've always loved them, and at this price, you can't say no, can you? £8.99 for me, because I am in the club, half price deal. 550334 if you would like to go for the blue passion flower. Next, we've got our eucalyptus. Now, this one is one that you need if you've got a smaller garden, if you've always wanted to grow eucalyptus, but you know you can't plant a eucalyptus tree because they get massive. They cost a fortune when you need to get those big trees trimmed. This one isn't that. This is a baby eucalyptus grown in that gorgeous standard shape. So I now can plant a eucalyptus in my garden because we're bringing you one that is designed for those smaller spaces. If you've got a bigger garden, this is brilliant if you want to have a statement, if you want to have a feature plant, because this in a pot underplanted with, you know, whatever it is, summer bedding, change it over to winter bedding, that's going to look absolutely gorgeous. And of course, if you want to go for a pair of these, I think that would be a fantastic idea to put either side of your front door or either side of your back door. Low maintenance, evergreen, always going to look absolutely amazing. And of course, you've got a £15 saving on there as well, but only if you enter the code YGTV2424. The item number you need for your eucalyptus is 680117. Now we're bringing you back to our favourites table. This one is the table that you have voted for, basically. So you have voted for what goes on here, but based on what you are buying. So thank you so much for your orders. We're getting loads of orders coming in this morning. Hypericum got promoted to the favourites table, and I'm so glad because it's one of my absolute favourites. It's definitely on my list of top 20 plants that you should plant in your garden. Why have I put it on my list, Adam?
Oh, come on, Bex. Look, you can see why it's on your list. I
Yeah,
mean,
you can.
How attractive. Everything is happening immediately now on this flower. I mean, you know, the flower buds are amazing. The flowers are delicate, they're pretty, they're joyful, they're bright. Look at those stamens with the little bits of pollen on the end there as well.
I love them.
And look at the little seed heads. I mean, they're like little jewels, aren't they? Like little beads, like little precious kind of beads all over that plant.
It stays looking like this for such a long time. So it starts, where are we? We're in the middle of June. So I saw the hypericums really starting to come out a couple of weeks ago. You start seeing the flower buds, and then the flower buds come first, and then these lovely berries and things start forming on here. But it stays like this all the way through the summer, right the way into autumn time.
Even autumn or winter, I mean, I've got a customer I look after in Fifield, and she's got a Hypericum, had it for years, and that has lovely pink berries, and they go right on really late into the season, even into sort of winter time before the really bad weather, you know, finally kind of discolours them. But this is a bone hardy shrub. It's not particularly fussed about where it grows. It's not particularly fussed about soils. Easy to grow. It gets to about 1 metre or so tall, but you can prune it back if you want to. Always interesting. It's got these really unusual kind of opposite kind of leaf formations as well, that each like little cluster of flower comes out the middle of, so it makes each one look like a little bouquet of flowers in its own right.
It does indeed. It's used a lot in cut flower displays as well, and you can use those. Grow it yourself. You can cut your own stems and use that. 510890 is the item number if you would like to go for the Hypericum Miracle Attraction. It does have a £5 saving on it, so we've taken a third off the price. Next we've got our Begonia Apricot Shades. It doesn't have a scent, does it?
It does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Next, we've got the Begonia Apricot Shades Mix. Now, this is a deal where you can go for 10 of our garden... It's made your nose itch, don't it? 10 of our garden-ready plants. That is 1 pack there, so that is 1 pack there. That is 10 garden-ready plants for you to plant out. And that would be £12.99. But you can go for a double-up deal and get another 10 of those garden-ready plants just for £5 more. Definitely going to recommend you go for that double-up deal, because obviously that second pack is way cheaper than the first pack. Bringing that price right down, bringing you amazing value. That's what we do here at YGTV. But these Begonia Apricot Shades, always a customer favourite for many, many years now. Begonia Apricot, well, the Begonia range, but particularly Apricot Shades, is right up there, and there are reasons for that.
Well, there's simple reasons for that. A bit like the Sophinia petunias. They do what they want to do. They do what it says on the tin. These do what it says on the tin. These just flower their socks off all the way through the summer. And not just apricot shades. You've got tangerines there. You've got oranges. You've got salmon colours. You've got yellows. You've got little flecks of white here and there. You've got flower displays that go on for week after week after week, right up until the frosts, right up until sort of October, November time. They self-deadhead, so you don't even need to fuss about deadheading them. They seem to emanate their own light source. They brighten up the dullest of days.
Yeah, and that's what I love about apricot shades, because they're beautiful in sunshine, but on those grey days, they do seem to just illuminate themselves. And they're so easy, whether it's rainy and, you know, windy summer, or whether it's a hot and dry summer, begonias don't mind, which is unusual for some summer bedding, because some summer bedding are a bit more divas. You don't get that with these. These are great for your hanging baskets, wonderful for your window boxes. I grew begonias last year just in plant pots, and it was, if you're a regular, you will have heard me saying this about begonias before. Those 3 pots that I had was one of, I mean, it was right up there. It's probably top 3 of the things I grew in my garden last year for their summer displays. 10 garden ready plants for £12.99, or double up and get another 10 for £17.99. 410050 is your item number. Make sure you put the code in to get the savings, and also get your free gift of Blooming Fast fertiliser. Makes 100 litres worth £4.99. One of the best things you can do for your flowers, for your fruits, for all of the plants in your garden. Also use it on your houseplants too. Right, next we've got little lemons, the clematis, the tanjutica.
Good thing about this is sometimes you think you can't have a shrub because it's going to go berserk. Like years ago, we could have buddleias, couldn't we, if we had huge, great big gardens. Now we can have buddleias if we just got a tiny little space, because we've miniaturised them, made them super small. We've done that with this. Clematis tanjutica, if you know about clematis, the normal type of tanjutica, oh my goodness me, can grow 10, 12, 15 feet in a season. I remember one in the garden I used to look after, and it was, you know, almost take a machete to it. The flipping thing was a thug all over the place. Like it was like Jack and the Beanstalk kind of a vine. Honestly, it was insane. What they've done is they've miniaturised this now. This one has those staggeringly beautiful lemon-coloured flowers, but we've reduced it down to a plant that's only going to get to 40 centimetres tall. So if you just live 3 floors up and you just got a balcony, you can grow this now on your balcony. You haven't got to worry about it taking over the whole balcony and growing across onto your next door neighbour's balcony and taking over the block of flats. This will stay nice and compact. It will flower for a long, long time. And normally we say deadhead. Don't deadhead this one. Leave the flowers on, because afterwards they have these really interesting, fluffy kind of seed heads. They call them old man's beard. So it's an interesting plant. It's a tough plant. It's a plant that will come back year after year. It's different. It's unusual. It's absolutely gorgeous. What I describe as beguiling. It just really draw you in.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the unusual. It's new this season as well. It's one of our new this season range of plants that we have brought. 550222 is the item number, in a 9cm pot. Only going to grow to about 40 by 40 centimetres. So you can grow this in a pot. It's sort of freestanding, but we are going to recommend maybe giving it a tiny bit of support. It's not exactly a climbing plant, but on a windy day, we're just a bit worried that it might get sort of blown over a little bit. So we're suggesting maybe plant it in our Eclipse planter with the cage attached there, because the plant is just going to sit in the centre there, and then on a windy day it's just got that extra little bit of support in order to just hold it in place. I think that's a really good suggestion. It's $9.99 for the Eclipse square planter with the cage trellis, $8.99 if you're in the club, but you can double up and get a second one there. So the two would cost you £13.98. Obviously, you still get that 10% discount if you're in the club as well. So if you are going for your clematis, there's a little serving suggestion for you. Go with that Eclipse planter too.
It's only half the height it's going to be in at the moment, so by the time it gets to 40 centimetres, that's going to fill that
really
perfectly.
Pretty.
Be really good.
Right, we're moving on to our anti-rhinums next. This was the runaway favourite when we first brought you this week's show on Wednesday. It has remained on the favourites table all week. Now we're showing you the 10-pack, which is brilliant. You're saving £4 on that, £8.99. If you go onto the website, there are some other deals where you can get 20s and 30s and things. Buy whatever you want and whatever's best value for you. The only thing I would ask you to do is, whenever you place an order, even if you've gone off and you've shopped the rest of the website, which you can, you don't just have to buy the selection of plants that we are bringing you today at YGTV. There's a whole website there. There's thousands of products available. You can go and surf the website as much as you like, add any of those things into your basket. Just always please use our code, which this week is YGTV2424. It unlocks discounts, it unlocks savings, sometimes ones we didn't even know were there. Shh, don't tell anyone. But you also get your free gift included when you put that in. And this is a free gift that we all need. If you're a gardener, you need your blooming fast fertiliser. It feeds your plants.
It does, and it's not just a lazy kind of fertiliser. It hasn't just got the nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, the three main elements. It's got those trace elements. They are so important, because sometimes if a plant lacks a trace element, you can give it as much NPK as you like. You're not going to cure the problem. If you've got the trace elements, it will make that plant so happy.
Boron, copper, iron, manganese.
Sorry, I didn't know I was boring you.
One I can't pronounce.
And zinc. Was it boron or moron?
Boron.
Oh, boron. I thought you called me a moron.
Those are the trace elements included in here, and that bag will make 100 litres. So that's a really significant amount of feed, and it's a free gift worth $4.99 added into your basket.
You can use it as a foliar feed as well.
Yeah, you can.
So you don't have to just water the roots. You put it in a sprayer, you can actually spray the foliage, and that'll get absorbed through the leaves.
Did we talk about the anti-rhinums yet?
Yes, no.
Did I sort of start
no.
and then I went off on a tangent?
Yeah, we went fertiliser.
Sorry.
We went all fertiliser.
Anti-rhinums.
Anti-rhinums.
Snapdragons.
Yeah. These are just lovely, aren't they?
They are.
These are just simply pretty. The colour as well. Really unusual colours. And a colour mix that shouldn't work, really. Because you would think, like, you put pink with bright yellow, or kind of, bright orange with white. But look at that. You put those together, that is a cheery old display, isn't it?
It's a beautiful display, honestly, and you can see why it was a favourite on Wednesday and has stayed on the favourites table. It's a £4 saving. 10 of those garden-ready plants, going to flower its socks off for you all summer long. And these garden-ready plants basically mean they're big plug plants. They've been grown on from those smaller sizes into those larger sizes, and the root structure on here just shows you how healthy and beautiful these plants are. Absolutely raring to grow in your garden. 410048 is the item number if you would like to go for those. Adam's just pointed out, yeah, that's a definite flower bud on there, isn't it?
Yeah, already.
Hang on.
So you've got a flower bud on the top of those.
That one there. Right in there. I mean, it's tiny. Oh, sorry. is tiny, but that is a flower bud.
In fact, the
right
one next
there.
to it as well, that's got a flower bud there as well.
Oh, look, that's a big one.
Nice big fat juicy flower bud
That's a bit
there
more obvious, isn't it?
as well. So,
yeah, getting these at exactly the right time to get those planted. They're going to be absolutely beautiful. Right, moving on to the gerberas. These have now been promoted onto the favourites table. You love them, we love them. I've got them. Sure, you've got them. No, your mum's got them.
My mum's got them, yeah, and she had them in a trough on her windowsill. Oh, they just look stunning.
Yeah, they're bright, they're cheery,
Yeah, they are.
they're happy. You've got some gorgeous colours in here. You're getting 3 of the 7 centimetre pots, but it's a buy one, get one free. So you're actually going to get 6 of these. And they are, I mean, those are the ones I grew, and that picture was taken last year. That was the first year I planted them. That's displays from the first year. But of course, these are hardy. They'll come back.
That's a good thing. Hardy to -8, which is spectacular, really. I mean, I still can't get my head round sort of gerberas and the hardiness. It kind of doesn't figure in my head because, you know, these plants originate from Africa, hot parts of Africa. So to think we can now grow these in the UK and they can go down to -8. They die down during the winter. You could put some Strolch over the crowns of them if you wanted to, just to get them all the way through if you're in a really, really cold area. Up to 50 flowers per plant, which is amazing, and flower sizes that could be the width of a teacup. So gorgeous colour selection. They're really happy, bright, cheery flowers, and those great big, really glossy, healthy leaves at the base there as well. Those rosettes of leaves that just really highlight those stunning flowers.
Yeah, they're beautiful, and it's an amazing price that we're getting here. So 7 centimetre pots, 3 of them. Take the item code 561198, put 1 of those into your basket, enter the code YGTV2424, and we will put another pack of 3 into your basket for you, so giving you 6 of those 7 centimetre pots. The displays you'll get from those this year is incredible, up to 50 plants, 50 flowers per plant.
Well, there's one there called Buddy on the corner there. Look, already.
Look.
Got
See those buds down at the bottom? Oh, hang on. Down at the bottom there. Those 2. Those are going to turn into flowers, and it's amazing how quick these grow, honestly. Those 2 little things there, they will shoot right up and give you these gorgeous tall flowers. Super easy to grow and lovely and hardy. Now, serving suggestion. You can plant those out into whatever pots you've got. You can plant them out into your borders. However, if you want to put these into pots, we've got an idea for you with the Torinos, because this is a buy one and get 2 absolutely free. So put 1 of 130272 into your item. In fact, you've got 6 gerberas, so put 2 of those into your basket. You'll then get 4 absolutely free. That means you're going to get 6 of these pots delivered to your door along with your 6 gerbera flowers, and then that's going to be the start of the display. Love the green against that lovely kind of copper tone.
Works so good.
Works beautifully. And then you're going to get those lovely tall flower stems coming out of there as well. It's a great idea. This is good. I mean, these 2 things just give you an amazing saving. With the buy one, get one free here and the buy one, get 2 free here, your savings are really going to start adding up. In fact, Stu's going to build that basket for us so that we can have a little look at what that's going to do for us. It's all about the savings, honestly. That's what we're bringing you here at YGTV. It's all about amazing plants, perennials, summer bedding. It's about bringing you gardening for everyone. Even if you've got a small garden, if you've got a massive garden, if you've got a balcony
Fabulous
3 floors up,
as well.
We've got something for everyone. Now check this out, look. We've got 1 gerbera in the basket. We've got another one absolutely free. So there's £20 saving right there. We've got 2 of those in our basket, and we've got another 4 in there absolutely free. 4, 8, 12, 16. So that's £16 that we've got there. Plus we've got a free sachet of our Blooming Fast Superior Soluble Fertiliser worth £4.99. We are saving in total, just on that basket there, £40.94. Our order total is at £34.96 because we're spending £6.99 on postage. So I am going to recommend you don't check out with that basket, unless of course you're on a budget, and I do understand that. But if you can get your order now to over £40, maybe there's something else that you're looking at, we'll get rid of that £6.99 postage. Maybe begonia apricot shades. They were good, weren't they? We're going to put those in. He's doing it. He's doing it. Ah, it didn't come up, Stu. Did you get the wrong item code? I got some abuse in my ear then. Right, so let's add those into the basket and see what happens. Is that going to take us over? Oh, yes, it is. Look, £40.96. We've got rid of the postage. Yeah, don't pay for postage. Have more plants. That's the way to do it. All right, we're bringing you over to another one of my favourites. Oh, sorry. Can we do the Fatsia stew? We'll do them both, I promise. I keep saying that about so many things, don't I?
I love
plants. I just love plants. I can't help it. This is glorious glossy, evergreen, beautiful, can cope in a shady position. In fact, will prefer to be in a bit of a shady position. And it just makes me feel a bit tropical, a bit like Jurassic-y, like I'm walking with dinosaurs. I love Fatsia.
Yeah, it kind of gives that tropical look, but these plants are hardy. These plants are tough. I've planted many of these over the years, and they are good for shade. And you've got options with these. You can leave these, and these can form quite big shrubs. I mean, they can get to sort of like a couple of 2 or 3 metres tall and a couple of metres wide, and they flower as well eventually. They send out these flower spikes with little heads of fluffy white ball.
Yeah, the flowers are amazing, aren't they?
They flower quite late in the season, but lovely white flower heads, which is unusual as well.
Like into October, November, that's when you get those flowers.
That's it, right at the back end of the season. And you've got an option to cut it back if you want to. There you go, there's the flowers.
They're incredible,
aren't they?
Really
nice flowers. Oh, and the bees and the pollinators.
They're great for late pollinators, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're a really good one for those later pollinators.
When I've seen these in customers' gardens flowering late in the year, they're all sorts of pollinate, butterflies, bees, lacewings, they all kind of get on there. They absolutely love these plants. Evergreen as well, so the foliage looks good all the year through. And you can trim them back if they get too big. What I tend to do for customers is probably about mid-April, I cut them down to whatever height they want and they reshoot. And quite often, it's quite nice to do that because quite often the new leaves that come are much more dramatic and really fresh and sort of glossy and colourful. But this is a real statement plant, easy to grow, fantastic for shade. Sometimes you end up with one of those right-angled corners where 2 lots of walls meet or 2 lots of fences meet, and that might be like a north-facing kind of corner, and other things struggle. Plant a Fatsia in that corner, it will grow up, it will fill a really big space. It looks amazing, underplanted with ferns, with hostas, look great with acers as well. Acers go really well with these. Bamboo is another plant that looks good planted nearby to Fatsias, or castor oil plant is their common name. So honestly, try this. If you've got a shady area and you've struggled to get other things to establish, Fatsias will really love being in that cool, damp, shady kind of position. And
they're quite shallow rooting as well, aren't they, Fatsia? They don't need to, because I was checking with somebody on Instagram actually, and he'd got this shady area, but it was like a rockery type thing, and we were talking about planting it there because they don't tend to go too deep.
No, they don't go mad deep, the roots on these. Nice little root system on there as well. Not a particularly bright coloured root system, but a well-established root system on this plant. And look, multi-stem. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stems on this plant as well. This isn't just one kind of weaselly little single stem plant. This is already kind of a multi-branch kind of plant there. So you can see all those different branches at the base, and just super glossy leaves all the year round. This plant always looks healthy. You can have this as a house plant as well if you've got a sort of a conservatory or somewhere generally you have a conservatory in the sun, but if you've got like a sort of a shadier position, you can actually grow them as house plants.
Amazing. All right, 510428 is the item number if you want to go for the Fatsia. I mean, $14.99. That's a great price. We've taken £5 off there, 25% saving. Of course, you get the extra free gift included whenever you place an order with us here. I know there was an email that went out to YouGarden customers that gave you 25% discount. That's brilliant. Love it. Don't do that. Shop with us. We're giving you at least 25% discount. We've matched that offer on everything, and in some cases, a lot of cases, we're totally annihilating it. We're giving you even more discount, but the difference is that you get our free gift, our $4.99 pack worth of that blooming fast, which makes 100 litres.
And if you feed that with this, it gets Fatsia and Fatsia.
Fatsia and Fatsia. Yeah. Hey, I like that one. You can have that one. Right, Kathy. So she sent us a bunch of pictures saying, Kathy.
That's unusual to have the same surname and first name.
Kathy,
isn't it?
Kathy.
Kathy.
No, I love Kathy. I'm just excited. So Kathy sent us some pictures saying, guess what they are. So I was flicking through. I've gone to the last one because this is... Check it out. Oh, my word.
Oh, you know this one, Bex.
Do I know
this?
this?
It's a petunia. This is, yes, this is a petunia flower. My hubby grew this last year. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's petunia something or another.
I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah. Yes, if you the leaves, so you can see the
yes,
petunia
you can
leaves.
see from the leaves that it is.
John, if you're watching, can you text me?
Kathy, that is...
I'm going to grab my phone quickly and see if my phone vibrates. Because that would be John texting me.
I am absolutely blown away by that.
Because I'm going to keep my phone in my pocket. I might feel vibrating.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, John grew these in our front garden, and it's so unusual. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a petunia, but I just can't think of what the actual variety is.
Look at that.
It's amazing, isn't it? That's pretty much that's something, isn't it?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, shall we show the other? Because Kathy did send some others, and I think they're mostly rose. Ooh.
Oh, that's
hang on a minute.
alien. That's the
Molly. Ali and Molly, isn't it?
So sweet they are. Love them.
They're looking gorgeous. I'm sure I planted some, but mine haven't come up. So it's lovely to see yours, Kathy. Yes, that's looking beautiful.
They can be pink as well sometimes, or even white, those little ones.
And now this is a rose of some description, but I couldn't tell you what variety.
It could... I don't know an awful lot of what... I mean, I know Pascalia, I know Iceberg.
I know Arthur Bell, because I've got it. Come on, chat. Yeah, let us know if you know the names of these, other than Kathy, obviously. Let us know what you think those are. 1, 2, 3. Hang on, I've got to count because there's lots of attachments. Oh, I know this one. That's a geranium Roseanne. Is it? I say I know it. Who knows?
Yes.
It looks like a geranium Roseanne.
Yeah, you can tell by the leaf. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's definitely Roseanne.
Hang on, I've got to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for that one. Yeah, another rose. See, it's a beautiful yellow rose, but it does not look to me like Arthur Bell, because the Arthur Bell buds, you can see a bud at the back there, my Arthur Bell buds were really red, fiery colours, and then it opens up into this yellow. So I don't think it's an Arthur Bell, but it's a beautiful yellow rose.
You know what? I don't fret over not knowing the names of roses, because there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of rose varieties out there.
This one's pretty.
That's unusual. Yeah.
That's a beautiful one. I love the markings on there. It looks like a ice cream or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, it does look like ice cream, like the. I can't think of the actual dessert. That's like, yeah, that's stunning. I love it.
They're looking great, though, Kathy. Well done. Sticking on the roses theme, we've got Roger. Roger has shown us his standard roses. Yeah, mine are looking good as well, Roger. I must get those pictures uploaded onto Facebook and Instagram so you can see how mine are looking. But yeah, they're looking really beautiful.
It's so coming into rose season now, isn't it? I love it
it's
when
all
the
just
roses come out.
starting, isn't it? They're looking beautiful. Very nice, Roger. Thank you so much. YGTV@yougarden.com. It's on the bottom of the screen there. If you want to send us any pictures, let's have a little look at your gardens. Andrew, I can see that you've sent us something about oleanders, so I'll have a little look at that. Do you know, I'm going to do it. These are my oleanders last year. I have both. I bought the yellow this year. Nice one, Andrew. That is looking beautiful. That looks like the red, the ruby, as we're calling them. That is the pink. Oh, my word. Look at that. Love that, Andrew. Looking really beautiful. Yeah, that's the acorn planter that we had. Yeah. We had that a little while ago. I don't know if we've got those anymore. Very, very nice. Thank you so much. Send us any of your pictures on ygtv@yougarden.com. I'm just having a quick check-in. I'll have a little look in the chat in a minute. I'll see if there's any comments to read out there. We're going to talk, first of all, though, about the hydrangea, the hot chocolate.
Hydrangea.
Hydrangea, yes.
Hydrangea.
It doesn't look like a hydrangea, though, does it? When you look at the foliage on this, it definitely doesn't look like a hydrangea. I love it, though. Look at the interest. Right, if this was just a foliage plant, look at the silky sheen that you've got on here. The burgundy underside. It's got like a peach fuzz to it. You know, it's quite tactile.
It's kind of weird. The leaf is almost iridescent because whichever way you move the leaf, it seems to sort of pick up the light in a different way. I mean,
it's gorgeous.
That is so red, isn't it, underneath the base of that leaf? Let's go for, like, I don't know, this one under here. You look underneath and it's just got that kind of deep red coloration underneath, which looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. Look at the sort of veining on that leaf as well. Really spectacular. Then you turn it around the other way and it almost becomes like a sort of a brownie colour.
Yeah.
It's so strange,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
just
like
as a foliage plant,
way.
this would be an absolutely incredible plant to have. But, of course, it's a hydrangea, so it's not just about the foliage. And actually, the colour combination of the flowers on here, I'm in love with this colour combo.
Yeah, and it is the foliage that really sets this apart from other hydrangeas, because if this was just green foliage, it would probably look quite akin to kind of general hydrangeas, but because it's got that dark chocolate foliage and then you've got those, well, flower heads with the sort of purple buttons in the middle and then the pink flowers around the outside. Look at the purpley mauve right in the centre there.
I know,
that
it's
is
beautiful.
Such a nice little colour in the middle, and then you come out to these flowers or these bracts on the outside. That in the middle, they're the kind of true flowers. These are more like what they call bracts. These sort of what we think of flowers on the outside, but the mixture there, and then on top of that purple foliage, purpley chocolate coloured foliage, this will get to about a couple of metres tall, this hydrangea. You can trim it back there if you want to. You can, you know, keep it low if you want it to. But the stems, I mean, even the stems are sort of a dark red sort of chocolate colour as well. This is hardy. It will come back year after year. And, oh, actually...
You found a bud?
I think...
Bud.
Yeah, you can feel... Yeah, because when you squeeze the top of that, that's a flower. I mean, that's a little tiny. There we go. I mean, it really is minuscule, but
yeah, but it's going to come. And this thing, once you get it out and you get it planted, you'll be amazed at how quickly things come.
Where's that?
Let me move that flower.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
Look.
Look at that.
It's going to happen,
Flower
absolutely. And, of course, it's going to happen for many years to come as well. It's in a 19-centimetre pot, so it's a nice, big, established plant already. 511507 is the item number. We've taken £10 off that one. We've got a third off that one already. Adam's on a bud hunt. We're going bud hunting.
There's an even bigger bud there.
Hang
Look
on,
at
he's
that.
finding
There
it.
we go.
Keep it still.
There we go.
There we are, look.
Really big flower bud
do you know, if we bring this to you in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be excited to see how many plants we've got on here. Right, let's take you over to our other table now, because we've got some more items that we haven't brought yet today to show you. Karen, I just want to send you my love, because Karen fell over yesterday, bless her. She said she bounced and didn't break anything, but she is a bit bruised. Ego's probably a bit bruised as well, eh? But yes, sending you lots of love, Karen, because it's not fun, is it, when you fall over?
No.
I did the...
knocks your confidence a bit sometimes as well, yeah.
I didn't fall over, but I did do the... I was at my kids' sports day on Friday, and I did the mum's race. And I was like, he wants me to do it. So I went and stood on the line, and I looked down the line and I was like, these are all young mums.
Well, you're not ancient, Bex.
I'm not ancient, but I'm not a young mum. I was in my 30s when I had my children, and it was my second child. I'm 46, trying to sprint for 100 metres against what looked like were sort of in their 20s mums. Anyway, I didn't fall over, thankfully, but my legs are really hurting. I came second to last. I didn't come last.
No, it's good.
But normally, the reason I said that is that normally when the parents do the racing, there's always one that falls over, and I'm just so glad it wasn't me.
Next day, did you sense muscles where you never knew there were muscles?
Today, I'm really feeling it. Yesterday was fine. Today, my legs have started to stiffen up. So yes, Karen, lots of love to you. Sit down with a cup of tea and relax. Let those bruises go away. Right, Agapanthus collection is what we're bringing you onto next. 561288 is the item number. You are going to get 3 varieties. I love them. They've got the bridal bouquet, that bright, gorgeous white one. You've got the Poppin' Star, which I love. It's this gorgeous kind of light purple, but it's got these lovely markings on the petal, and you're getting the brilliant blue included as well. Agapanthus. In fact, I took the dog for a little walk yesterday, and I walked past somebody's front garden, and they had got an Agapanthus. It is just come in.
Yeah.
Lovely tall flower spikes, and the first flowers are just starting to open on them.
Yeah, they're probably, I mean, they did kind of start early this year, then the cold weather slowed them down a bit, but yeah, in the next couple of weeks, they're all going to be bursting out everywhere, and they look like fireworks when they explode.
I love them.
Just these, you get these tall, upright stems, and then it's not just one flower on the top; it's a collection of dozens and dozens, if not over 100 flowers that could create a flower head the size of a tennis ball, and they send up more and more flower spikes over quite a long period, so you get that flower display repeated. They're incredible for pots, and they will cope with being ridiculously pot bound. Talking of which, I mean, look at this one. This is stupid. This is Bex.
Yeah, you can see it.
I mean, this one's actually deforming.
You can see
the shape of the pot.
Because they have quite strong, thick roots, don't they? It's amazing when you see the roots inside.
We can't. We've tried.
I can get this one out, I think. Yeah, look, this one will come out.
If I do your squeeze and tease.
But look at the size of the roots that we're talking about here. They're not insignificant at all. And these like to be hugged. Yeah, well done.
Oh, no.
But that's perfect. A lot of the time with a plant, we'd be going, oh, that needs a squeeze and tease. You need to release the roots. Don't. These want that hug. They don't want to be, too loose in there at all.
Yeah.
You can plant these out into borders, can't you? But the best tip here is to maybe bury the pots.
You could do, yeah. I'd plant perhaps a ceramic pot. If you've got sort of ceramic pot, you can sort of plant them in the border in that. Or you could use a plastic pot if you wanted to, but I'd go for a ceramic pot. But
so it can't break out.
I think it's just kind of sort of let the moisture kind of percolate through and stuff as well, which you wouldn't get so much with a plastic pot.
Yeah.
Just let the roots breathe a little bit more. But I just find nature so staggering sometimes. I mean, again, I'm just going to take that again because look, I mean, I can't believe the insanity of nature. So we've got a 9-centimetre pot there with barely any compost in. And yet, this plant
is super happy. It couldn't be happier. Look at it.
It's got 3 flower stems on it.
This lovely tall one here. You've got a couple more here. And this is a young plant. This isn't one that's fully established, that's been out for ages. And it is a super happy plant. 3 of those included in here. Remember that it needs a hug, so keep those roots hugged. Put it in a sunny position.
That's
bright sunshine it needs.
The agapanthus do best in the most maximum sunny position you can find with the best drained soil, and do not make them compete with other plants. Plant them as standalone plants where they get light all the way around them and they're not competing with other plants. That's how you'll get them to flower the best. Absolutely.
Just going to say goodbye to Olwyn. She's got to go, but she's going to come back and join us on Wednesday. So goodbye, Olwyn. She did also say earlier, thank you for telling her about the Acers. She has ordered the Acer collection. Sending you love, Olwyn. See you again soon. Right, 561288 is the item number if you want to go for the Agapanthus collection. You are getting all 3 varieties included. I think that's a knockout collection, actually. Next, we've got our summer-long clematis collection. This is another one where you're going to get 3 included and really cleverly put together, because the idea here is, as it's called, summer-long clematis collection. You will get flowers all summer long because you've got an early one, a mid one and a later one.
Yeah, 3 different colours here in the mix, and that's sort of continuous season of clematis flowering, because sometimes we think of clematis flowering in the spring, but they go all the way from spring right into late autumn, some of them. So it's good to be able to extend that sort of season, because if you love clematis, then
I say clematis. You say clematis.
I kind of vary, but yeah, if you love clematis, you just want them to keep flowering, don't you? And flower and flower and flower. But if it was the same coloured one flowering for 8-9 months, you might get a little bit bored with that colour. So what I like about this is you're going to get a full year or a full season of clematis flowers, but the colour's going to change with the different varieties we brought to you. So you're always going to have those flowers, but different colour interests. And these are great plants. I mean, they've grown a huge amount in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, they're already sort of romping away.
Well, they are quite vigorous. This is the beautiful thing about clematis. And, I think why a lot of gardens have them, because sometimes we're a bit impatient. And I know as gardeners we're supposed to be patient, but, I didn't join that queue. My mum always tells me that. I want flowers now. I want to cover that ugly fence now. If you want something to grow really quickly now, clematis is a great one.
Clematis are good for that kind of thing. And these ones, a couple of these varieties as well, have even got those nice bronzy coloured leaves. So you've got kind of slightly different leaf colour on those as well, which is sort of an added interest to those plants. A few secrets to clematis. Clematis like quite alkaline soils, so you can always add a little bit of lime to the soil, which is, which will help them. They're big feeders as well, so feed them really, really well. And they like to have their roots nice and cool, and their flowers up in the sun. And when you plant clematis, I know we normally say always plant plants at the same level as the pots they came in. When you plant clematis, plant them about a couple of 2 or 3 inches lower than in the pots they're in. That prevents certain disease problems kicking in, and it just sort of gives them a much happier start in life, being planted that extra bit deeper. But those tiny little things are so worth the effort, because we all know those big, bold, colourful flowers that go on for months and months. Yeah, so to get a whole season, probably from May right up till September, October, fantastic.
And it's a half price deal. It's £14.97. We have taken £15 off the price of that. All 3 of those are included in the item number 550377. Remember your 10% discount. If you're in the club, you will get an extra 10% off there as well. Next, we've got a bit more summer bedding for you, the Verbena Quartz Mix. And this one is a double up deal. 10 garden ready plants for £12.99. Or for £1.99 more, we'll give you another 10. This one's a no-brainer, definitely. Go for 2 of those, because for £1.99, I mean, 20p each plug plant in that second lot of 10 there. That's brilliant. 410076 is the item number if you want to go for your Verbena Quartz Mix. Where would you plant Verbena, Adam?
Verbenas, traditionally,
this particular
people
verbena.
think about planting verbenas. I'm going to stick on that picture for a minute, because that brings me right to my point. Verbenas, quite often people think about using them as packing plants to put between other plants in hanging baskets or displays or things like that. This is a pot of verbena that are deserving of their own space. These are planted in a pot in their own right, and they look absolutely fantastic.
A bit like lobelia.
We saw that picture earlier in the end.
Love it. Yeah. It's not just a filler. It's absolutely brilliant as a feature on its own as well.
Yeah, if you give a plant that extra space, and you give it that standalone space, you can enjoy it in a way you've not enjoyed it previously.
Just like humans, right?
Yeah, when it's well, that's right. It's weird you say it, because sometimes
it's true.
You get to know somebody in a group. You're lost in a crowd. You go out and have a sort of a one-to-one with that person, and like they're a different person, aren't they? They sort of come out of their shell. And this is a great thing about verbena. You can plant it on its own. A good thing about these ones is, which I liked, was the fact these have got high mildew resistance as well. Yeah, it's the F1 Quartz series, isn't it? Yeah, and that's what I liked about it, because that's put me off in recent years. I do like verbena, but I have had instances where about August time they go all white and get covered in mildew, and they look really yucky. These ones have got high mildew resistance, so you're not going to have that problem. Fantastic, really well grown on plants here. Let's just pluck this one out. There we go. Oh, look at that. Fabulous
Rooty beauty right there. Ding, 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 ding. Ringing the root bell. 410076 is the item number. Oh, fabulous
half a dozen stems there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you think it's multi-seeded?
No, actually, what they've done is, I think that's one plant. One plant, but what they've done, they've pinched it. They've pinched it out, and it's just become multi-branched. Yeah, lovely. So fantastic, good quality plants there.
Absolutely, because these are grown on by our experts, by growers here that kind of, actually know what they're doing, which is brilliant. 10 of those garden-ready plants, or 20. The extra 10 are just £1.99 more. So do think about going for that double up deal. And also make sure that you put the code in, otherwise you won't get that amazing double up deal for that price. Next we are going to move on. Ooh, something I've got in my garden. These are the geranium fire queens. If you want something bright and red and beautiful, grow these. This is my front door. My boring old white PVC. I want to replace that door. I can't afford it. I need like £3,000 to replace, probably 4, to replace that porch. I haven't got that kind of money. So in order to make my front door look a little bit more appealing, I put plants around it. And look at that gorgeous display.
There are companies these days that can paint you PVC for you. There are, yeah.
I might look at that.
Give you a makeover. But you've already done a makeover. Look.
I have, look at it. It's so pretty.
You've already got your red, white and blue there. You've got your white door and you've got your blue lobelia and your red geraniums.
I'm ready for the Euros. I'm ready for the Olympics.
Looking really good. And you've got your little cheeky pencil cypress in the middle as well, giving you a bit of height there. Gorgeous. Yeah.
Look at geranium fire queens. So I love these because you get those lovely, tall stems with those clusters of bright red flowers on there. But for me, it's actually about the foliage as well, which is super fragrant. But you've got that lovely zonal fragrance on there, which just adds that extra layer of interest. Honestly, the fragrance on this is... I love that smell.
That's
I
nice, isn't it?
adore that smell. It's so nice,
the more
isn't
you
it?
ruffle the foliage...
Yeah. And these can be perennial for you as well. They do require a bit of winter protection, but you can overwinter these, can't you?
You can, because these are perennial by right. So if you keep them somewhere frost-free in the winter, they will keep going.
Yeah.
And on these ones we've got in front of us, they've got flower buds on.
They have.
It'd
be amazing. It's amazing how quick as well those flower buds do rise up. It looks like, they're short there. But honestly, within a week or two, those will be rising up and opening up for you. They are incredible.
Little flower bud there already. So even these only 2 or 3 inches tall, you've already got the flowers on there. You've got a super great root system on this as well. You've got that intense, really colourful foliage. These are going to give you that glorious colour. And all good for super, super, super dry, hot, sunny, droughty positions as well.
And right the way up to those first frosts too, you'll have those gorgeous flowers. This is all the way through the summer that you will have the geranium fire queens. 10 garden-ready plants. We are saving £4 on that one, £8.99. If you want to grow them as annuals, you absolutely can at this price. But if you want to, put them in pots and then overwinter them. That's what I'm going to do with mine. I'm going to try and overwinter mine and hopefully bring them out next year, and they'll be looking amazing.
And take cuttings and get more.
Oh yeah, and take some cuttings.
Do some cuttings
next
next
spring.
spring.
I might do that as well.
Up.
I'm going to do that with my lavender this week because... for various reasons, but I'm going to do some cuttings for my lavenders as well. 410064 if you want to go for the geranium fire queens. What we're going to move on to next is the Lucky Dip Perennial Collection. This one has romped away, and we both did it. We both went into the compost. Can't help it. All right, the Lucky Dip Perennial Plant Collection. This one has romped away. You guys are absolutely loving this. We know why you're loving it. You're getting some perennials, first of all. You're getting some amazing perennials. Adam will run us through some of the varieties and what they're going to be good for. But I'm going to tell you about the price because this is incredible. It's a buy one, get one free. In the item, you get 9 9-centimetre pots. So nice big size. We're not talking about tiddly little, plug plants. These are big, established plants straight away in those 9-centimetre pots. But it's a buy one, get one free. So if you put one of the item code 561046 into your basket, and then you put the offer code YGTV2424, we'll put another pack into your basket. So you're going to get 18 of these 9-centimetre pots delivered to your door. That's what you're looking at there. Can you imagine getting that box with all of those plants delivered? That's going to be so exciting, isn't it? Oh, it's always exciting when you get a plant delivery, but then when you get a plant delivery and you're not sure exactly what's going to be in there. I love that idea.
Well, I mean, you look at all these along here. I mean, what's tickling me actually is this is this is what's going out. I mean, this is already a display here. Look, it's like a little miniature Chelsea garden in its own right, with all these plants already kind of laid out. It looks like we're going to some sort of gardening festival somewhere and could have a plant sale and sell these most wonderful plants. But this is such a fantastic mix because, just to summarise really quickly, we've got flowers of all different colour and different shapes. We've got foliage of all different textures and different coloured foliage as well. We've got some like silvery foliage there. We've got dark greens, light greens. We've got plants for different locations, full sun to shade. We've got plants that are going to flower at different times of the year. We've got a great height range from geums that might only sort of foliage-wise get 3 or 4 inches above the ground to possibly a hollyhock, if you get one, could get to 2 or 3 metres. So it is a fabulous, fabulous mix. And I just don't understand what's going on here, because this Artemisia, I mean, this Artemisia is in a 9-centimetre pot. This is from the wormwood family. This is the same family they make absinthe from, if you like absinthe.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, look at that. That's insane, isn't it? I mean, let's get it out the pot again, because look. Stupid root system on there, as we know. Always have a brilliant root system. But you could easily see this one plant in a garden centre in a 2-litre pot for $4.99, $5.99. If you're in the club, and you take advantage of our offer, £1 for this It's not right. I mean,
yeah, if you're in the
it's
club,
ridiculous.
it's £17.99, and you're going to, as I say, it's a buy one get one free. So 18 of those pots, £1 per pot. If you're not in the club, it's only just over £1 per pot as well. So it's still incredible value. You could buy this, take yourself to your local car boot sale and sell these for, you'll make profit basically. It's fine if you want to do that. You could be raising money for the local PTFA or something like that very easily with these. As Adam said, ranges of colours, shapes, sizes, long flowering season this is going to cover as well, because you'll have some flowering early, you'll have some flowering late. It's great for all types of gardens. Empty gardens, great. Get yourself a perennial collection. You'll fill a large area with these. But also for people with established gardens, there's always a gap. There's always a plant that should have tried harder, one that's died off, and you need to fill that space. That's where this particular collection comes in. 561046 is the item number. Incredible root system on all of these. They're really well grown on. They're incredible quality. And as we say, just amazing value for money. 561046. Do add those into your basket. Yeah, all labelled with the item number. Is it the individual item number?
Yep.
56, yeah, so it's the individual item number for that particular plant. So if you then want to go onto the website, type in the item code, you can search it up, you can even just type in the name, search it up, and then you can find out all of the care tips, the size it's going to grow to, what location in the garden it wants to be in, whether it's sun or shade, and then you can have fun planting those out, planning where you're going to put them into your garden. We need to go back to the gerberas over here, because it sounds like these are super popular. That's why Stu is bringing us back over here. This is another one of those buy one get one free deals. So in the item code, you're getting 3 of the 7 centimetre pots. But you're going to put one in your basket, you're going to enter the code YGTV2424, and then you're going to get another pack of these, which means you're going to get in total 6 of those 7 centimetre pots. And these are hardy gerberas.
That's what's really insane. That makes me laugh every time, because when I was a kid, I knew about gerberas when I was a kid, but they were just sort of bouquet flowers that you just had in a sort of a cut flower display. You could never grow gerberas outside all year round. These are hardy to -8, which is fantastic. So you can grow these pretty much anywhere in the UK. They're perennial. They're going to come up year after year after year. I've heard figures of up to like 50 flowers on one plant once they become established. Flower sizes almost the width of a teacup, so really big daisy-like happy flowers. They remind me a little bit of there was and I'm not that old, but I'm just from memory. There was a cartoon back in the 60s or 70s. Was it the flower pot men with weed and stuff?
Bill and Ben.
Bill and Ben. And there used to be like a big daisy flower that used to come up and it talked, and they remind me of those.
My mum remembers them.
Big sort of daisy-type flowers. Lovely, lovely colours there. I don't remember them from experience.
No.
Only from what I was told.
Sure.
By people even older than myself.
I feel like you're protesting too much here.
But you've got those in that colour mix there, different sort of coloured flowers and different coloured pots you've mixed with. You're not mixed and matched. You've kind of purposely not matched, which I love.
The pink is in the yellow pot, the yellow is in the orange pot, and the orange is in the pink pot. I like it. You could go for that Bellagio set of pots, by the way. I'm sure it's still available on the website if you're going for your gerbera collection. We've got some other pots that we're going to suggest you go for with these, though. But yeah, I love growing these. Super easy. Pretty much just left them to do their own thing. All I did was, as a flower faded, go and chop it off at the base, and loads more flowers came through. And that was in its first year, by the way. Those pictures that you were looking at there, that was in year 1. Of course, they're going to be even better this year. 561198 if you want to go for it. Put one in your basket, enter the code YGTV 2424, and you will get the other set in your basket as well. So you'll get a total of 6 7 centimetre pots. Now, mine were planted in the Bellagio coloured planters, but here is our top tip for these ones. They are available, by the way, so you can get hold of these. These pots are Torinos. These are available on a buy one, get 2 free. So if you want your pots to go with your gerberas, put 2 of these, 130272, into your basket. Enter the code YGTV2424. We will put 4 into your basket free of charge, which gives you 6 Torino pots, which means that you have exactly the right number for for your gerberas, and those are going to look absolutely amazing in there. The foliage looks great against the darker colour pot, and then as you get these beautiful flower stems coming out of here, it's going to be absolutely perfect. Of course, you'll still get your free gift included in that order as well, because you'll have entered the code YGTV2424. Amazing deal on these. These are on rundown. I think we had loads of them, hence why they are on rundown, but we've been bringing them to you for several weeks now, so obviously those numbers are going down. They're beautiful, they're a gorgeous size, working perfectly for the gerberas, but also these are going to work great for, you know, being able to change over your flowering displays, you know, regularly throughout the year, because it's not going to cost much to do it, is it?
No, they're great for kids as well, those size pots. If you want to get children into gardening, they just want to grow, I don't know, even just a few little radishes or a little tumbling tomato plant or chives. Or
I quite like the idea of these being on your kitchen windowsill. They do have the drainage holes, but you can get one of those trays, you know, and put it on your kitchen windowsill and grow your herbs in on the kitchen windowsill.
Yeah, and just cut them when you need them.
Yeah.
For the kitchen windowsill.
Yeah, your basil, put your basil in there.
Sometimes in the supermarkets they do have those little tiny pots of herbs, don't they? And you can just put 4 or 5 in there.
Absolutely.
Nice bright windowsill. They'd grow all summer and just, pick them when you need them.
All right, those are your Torino planters, the light copper ones. Buy one, get 2 free. So $3.99 for all 3 of those. Use the code in order to get them. Multi-buy if you want to. We are going to talk about anti-rhinums, the mini butterflies mix. You love them, we love them. Let's tell them about these for a minute.
Well, for me, what really jumps out for me immediately is the colour. Just super bright, really cheery colours. I saw these flowering in the flesh yesterday at a garden centre near where I live, and such joyful
You were at a
plants.
garden centre? How dare you?
Well, it wasn't a garden centre. It was one of these kind of places. Well, it's called My Hills, and it's in Swaffham, and it's one of these really old-fashioned kind of stores that sells everything.
Yeah.
You know, stuff that you could go in there and say, oh, you know, can I have 3 metres of Triflex electrical cord or something?
And they'd have it.
And they'd have like a whole thing with all the reels of it, and they just cut you some off.
Love it.
I made that up, by the way, Triflex, but you know what I mean. So, but they had these. They have Dutch trolley loads of plants out the front. And they had these flowering yesterday. Oh, they look lovely, and it was blue sky at that point because I went in the morning, and I just thought they're going to bring such joy and colour to your garden for a long period of time. All the hard work's been done with these.
Well, these are the miniature variety as well, aren't they? So other antirrhinums get a bit taller, get blown over.
Yeah, these are going to be much sort of more compact, so kind of, you know, about sort of 8 to 12 inches, so kind of height, perhaps a little bit taller than that.
Lovely in a window box then.
Yeah, window box would
Really
be good.
nice.
Or even you could try some in the middle of a hanging basket if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Could be a bit different. They do have a fragrance as well, if you can get your nose down to them. And you can actually see some flower buds. There's a flower bud already on this one, flower bud already on that one. So these are going to flower for you quite soon. And as we've said before, you can leave these to flower. You can plant them as is, leave them to flower. But if you wanted to, if you want to be a bit more brutal, you could pinch those flower buds out.
Oh,
and then
you're brutal,
they're going to branch out a little bit more and kind of give you extra flowers, but you'd have to wait a bit longer. Honestly, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's what suits you.
Now, once you've done it, though, and you realise the benefits, because first of all, when you do it, you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. But once you've done it and you see the benefits, you won't think it's so brutal anymore. Right, we're going over to the Begonia Apricot Shades. This one's been super popular today. It always is. It's one of our customer favourites here at YouGarden, and for many years, it's been right up there in the list of, you know, most bought items. The reason why is, well, first of all, they're beautiful.
They are stunning. You know, they're stunning and they're easy to grow. And, you know, they don't give a vermin's posterior what kind of weather you're going to have. You know, it could be hot and sunny, it could be wet and windy. They just keep flowering their socks off. You know, our weather varies so much, doesn't it? I mean, it could be hot and sunny Monday and Tuesday. By Thursday, Friday, it could be windy, it can be wet. These just keep going. These are so reliable. They just seem perfectly suited to the British climate. And the good thing about them is we call them apricot shades, but there's so many more colours there than just apricot. There's apricots, there's salmons, there's peaches, there's yellows, there's oranges, there's tangerine colours, there's little splashes of white. They self-deadhead. They've got these asymmetrical triangular shaped leaves that's interesting in their own right, that really highlight the flowers. You can actually keep these going from year to year to year as well if you dry the tubers and take them through the winter time. And if you've got them in hanging baskets, pots or troughs, all they require obviously is watering and feeding. You're going to get your pack of blooming fast fertiliser with these anyway, so use that and that will keep them looking good. And they just brighten up the dullest of days. They almost seem to emanate their own light. They're just such bright flowers, and they will go all the way up into the frost. My brother Darren, hi Darren, if you're watching, I think this
does he watch?
Yeah, he does watch.
He does.
Yeah, it doesn't watch the whole 4 hours.
Hey Darren.
Yeah, he watches me. I think this might be his 5th or 6th year that you know, he keeps growing apricot shades begonias because he has the most amazing results, and that's what he likes.
Well, yeah, and this is the thing with begonia apricot shades, or any begonias, to be perfectly honest with you. You do not have to be an experienced high-level gardener. You don't have to have been doing it for 60 years. I'm joking. You don't have to have been doing it for 40 years, like Adam here. It's easy.
60 years, wow.
He's going to get me back, honestly.
Okay, well, anyway, it's been nice working with Bex.
You can be a beginner gardener and get the best results, and this is why people go for begonias, and particularly the apricot shades variety. It is a double up deal, so if you want to go for 10 of these, that's one of these packs here. That is a 10 pack right there. It's £12.99. But if you put another one in your basket and enter the code YGTV2424, we'll give you that other pack there for £5. So £17.99 in total. I feel like, I don't look at Adam, I feel like he's throwing daggers my way.
No, never.
Next, we're moving on to the Hypericum Miracle Attraction. In my list of... Did I say top 10 earlier? I'm going to go top 20 because there's a lot of plants in my. I mean, I don't know. It's right up there anyway. I'm planning my fantasy garden. I'm planning 365 days of colour. Hypericum is in there. Apparently, Stu's saying, I don't need to be a fantasy gardenist. I can buy it. It's just £9.99. I know, Stu, I know. I just don't have room for it, basically. This is why I have to plan it in my fantasy garden. If I could start my garden again, this would be in it. Absolutely. Instead of what? What would I get rid of? Yeah, instead of grass, basically.
It's grass or children.
I'm getting rid of the grass.
And the children will go eventually anyway.
No, the children are pretty much leaving home already. The oldest one barely talks to me anymore, so...
That's because you've become embarrassing now. You're embarrassing Mum now.
He's turning into a teenager in... Is it just over... It's 2 weeks. No, it's a week today. It's a week today. He's going to be 13. And don't I know it. He's turned into a sullen... Literally in the last couple of weeks, he's just turned into this sullen... I get grunts out of him. I get a one-word answer.
Fridge being emptied continuously.
I went up into his bedroom the other day. That's a mistake, isn't it? I opened his cupboard, and inside his cupboard is his waste bin. He's hidden it because it is rammed, it's not anymore, it was rammed full of crisp packets, biscuit wrappers, Do you know what I used to be obsessed with when I was a teenager? Because when you're permanently hungry, aren't you, as a teenager? Constantly hungry.
The thing that I always used to raid was the packs of sliced ham. I used to go in there, roll up about 3 slices of... Yeah, it's like a wolf. I used to love that sliced ham.
Pepperoni and mozzarella grated cheese. Because I buy it because we make our own pizzas. So I buy that for our homemade pizzas. There is never any, when it comes to having, because we do it once a week, we'll have homemade pizza, there's never any pepperoni or grated mozzarella left, because he's obsessed with it. I'm like, stop eating! Stop eating!
It's like, that's what happens, isn't it?
And he's so not tiny, I mean, he's quite, but he's so skinny. I'm like, I can't eat all of that.
He'll just walk out of his bedroom one day and go, "Hi, Mum." And he'll have a great big beard, won't he? And it's like, he's 6'2", and it's like, where'd he get? What happened?
Anyway, enough about my soon-to-be teenage son. Let's talk about the Hypericum.
I'm dreading puberty myself. Yeah. No, I didn't think these had a fragrance, but that's a great thing about gardening.
Sniff.
Well, it does. I'm not sure it's...
Oh!
Yeah. What is it?
It's a curry smell.
You know what?
It's a...
Oh, it is curry.
It
yes,
is.
now you say it. Yeah.
Not a horror. That might put you off. I hope that doesn't put you off. It's not like a stinky
it's not like
curry.
it's
got a.
It's not like you're living next door to a takeaway,
What's
is
the
it?
herb?
I mean, it's not that kind of.
It's not coriander. It's got this lovely. It's a nice curry smell, isn't it?
It is a kind of a. Yeah, like that, like the curry plant. It's got that kind of,
That's quite fascinating.
Nice. Yeah, I'm quite hungry now, actually, as well, so I could just nail a curry, to be honest.
Oh, that's lovely.
I know, a little bit of naan bread, some papadums, onion barges. Ooh, yeah.
I'm not getting a takeaway, shut up. The 13th birthday is costing me too much money.
What's the potato thing called?
I don't know.
Bombay aloo. Bombay aloo, yeah. Don't like the cauliflower thing, though. Ugh, hate cauliflower. But, yeah. That's, so
it's got a fragrance.
It's got a fragrance. Yeah, we went right off on one there, didn't we?
What else has it got?
Everything. Look at it. It's just beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I've never seen Hypericum in the light that I've seen it since we've seen this particular variety. Look at the beads. Look at these little pretty coloured seeds on the top there, and the flowers and the flower buds. I mean, even the flower buds. Look at these round here. How cute are they? Look, these are a little bunch of flower buds, and they look like kind of little.
There is everything going on with this plant, and it's all happening right now, and it's going to keep happening with this all the way through the summer. And actually, the thing with Hypericum is that it keeps going into the autumn time as well, so it gives you that bit of interest going on once all, we're just getting into it with all the summer flowers, and we're looking forward to it, and it's super exciting. But when those are gone, and we're all starting to feel a bit sad because the days are getting shorter, and we've got all those cold months coming ahead, this one is still absolutely stunning. And Stu's saying in my ear, and he's absolutely right, just check out the price on that. If you're in the club, $8.99. Look at the size of that plant. Look at the size of that pot. That is an absolutely amazing plant for something that's just coming into its own, looking amazing right now. If you go into a garden centre and find a Hypericum that size, in that size of pot, it will not be £8.99. I can promise you that much. It'll be more.
I can imagine it being $12.99 up to $14.99.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, actually, again, in my fantasy garden, in my kind of garden that if I had all the time in the world and all the money in the world, I would like to get a pot large enough to have this in the middle and those asters, the autumn jewel asters, round the base. I think that could look really, really good. Then flowering later in the year, a few odd yellow flowers on this still.
I'm just picturing that. That's going to look amazing.
Some of these kind of lovely sort of seed heads on the top. Oh, that could look good.
Oh, amazing. Right, Elaine's apparently asking a question in the chat. Does it want full sun or part shade, I think is what she said.
Do you know what? It wouldn't be that worried, to be honest. These are quite adaptable, these plants.
Sorry. Yes, that's what she's asking. Go.
Yeah, I mean, you could put it in full sun, you could put it in part shade, dappled shade. I wouldn't put it in deep shade, but yeah, part sun or dappled shade, or, where it gets sun half the day. Hypericums are very, very easy, amenable plants. They're tough, they're bone hardy, they get through any winter.
This is why it's on my list. This is exactly why it's on my list, because it's hardy, because it's not overly fussy on the position you put it in, other than deep shade. That is one of the reasons I've got it on that list of plants. So, but you could also keep this in a pot, couldn't you? Because it's a slightly more compact variety.
In a pot. In fact, what I'll do, let's just lean it forward a little bit as well, so we can kind of look into it even more. Look, I mean, that's just glorious, isn't it? It's kind of look into those flowers there. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I mean, that is so lovely. And you can see what I mean about the leaves underneath. They make each sort of flower head look like a little bouquet of flowers in its own right.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
This is knockout. Let us know if you bought this today, because I'd love to know where you're going to plant it and what you're going to plant it with.
Yeah, I want to know as well. Like, I do love the idea, even if it's not in a pot, even if you're planting it out in a border, planting some of those asters around the base of it, that's going to look really beautiful. All right, got to keep making all these lists. I need a pen and paper to make these lists while we're talking. 510890 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Hypericum Miracle Attraction. It is a third off the price, £9.99. £8.99 if you're in the club. So this is a phenomenal deal. This is why, and I know you're watching us, so you know you're in the right place, but this is why we want everybody watching YGTV, because we know the amazing prices that we give you here. So please tell your friends, tell your neighbours, tell the church, the WI, whatever group it is that you're part of, get them tuning into us here at YGTV, because as gardeners, we just like to share, don't we? It's a lovely thing to do. So yeah, get everybody coming in and watching, will you? Right, apparently the emails have gone nuts again, so I'm going to have a little look at those. But first of all, we are going to talk to you about the oleanders. We've got a deal. So there's the reds, which are these two here, or there's the pink. We've got the same deal available on both of them. You don't get the pots with them, by the way. This is how they come to you in these pots here. This is our serving suggestion. So these are called Laval planters. Sorry, I forgot.
Palindromic.
Laval, yeah, palindromic. These are available and they're just a serving suggestion because we think that these plants look amazing in here. The deal on the oleanders is a double up deal. So first of all, if you just want to go for one, great. It's a half price deal because these are normally £29.99. It's now £14.99. If you got the email this morning that said 25% discount, because if you're a YouGarden customer, you'll have had an email saying 25% off. Forget that, because we're much better here at YGTV, at YouGarden TV. This is a half price if you want to go for one. But even better value, if you want to go for two of these, you can get two for £19.98, which works out at £10 each. What a great gift to give to somebody, actually. Like, if you want to buy somebody a present or you're going to buy them a bouquet of flowers, which is going to cost you way more than £10, go for this. Get yourself one and then give one away as a gift. Right, I think we're going to go to a piece of VT, aren't we? Yeah, our lovely Sean Ryan, when he was here, he went out onto the nursery to have a little look at our oleanders. These aren't the best ones that we've picked. They all look this good.
How good. How gorgeous these oleanders. I mean, there must be hundreds here. This is the red that's on offer right now, and they're just spectacular. Just want to take one out. There you go. So, multi-stems has got 9 stems on it. All of these gorgeous flowers. I'll be honest, some have got even more. Look at this one. That's got like 4 big stems of flowers. And the offer right now on YouGarden TV is incredible. So 1 for under £15, but if you double it, you can get 2 for less than £20. For club members, it works out about £9 an oleander. And these are actually really rare now to get hold of in the UK. You probably think, oh, I've not seen oleanders in the garden centres. No, they're really, really difficult to get in the UK. But we work with an amazing grower in Sicily, family business that have been growing oleanders for generations, and their quality is second to none. Every one of these is multi-stemmed, covered in buds and flowers. These are going to flower all summer long. And then in the wintertime, they actually keep their leaves, so they are evergreen. And then they'll do it all again next year. They normally start about, well, it depends on the spring and the weather, but normally start about May time and will flower all the way through to even October. One thing I will say about oleanders is that the displays that they give are actually quite spectacular. I mean, you can see here, you imagine as this gets bigger, you are just going to get hundreds of these delightful red flowers. They're very easy to look after. They just need full sun, so don't put them in the shade. Don't even put them in part shade. They really want sun all day long. And probably sheltered position as well. They are winter hardy. We class them as hardy down to about -5 in the UK. If it gets cold on that, just make sure you protect with them with some fleece or move them to a warmer spot. But yeah, hardy to -5 in the UK. Now, I've seen these abroad. I've seen these in Spain and Italy and America, and in their native countries, they can grow several metres high, but normally in the UK, they get to maybe 1.5, 2 metres. Great in pots. I would probably plant these in pots, then you can at least, say, move them around. Just remember, don't eat your oleanders, and that applies to humans and all pets as well. Just don't eat any part of them, but enjoy them and just feel like you're on a holiday. I mean, we're in Lincolnshire, as you probably know, but I feel like I'm in Italy right now, having a gorgeous summer holiday.
Oh, there's our lovely Sean Ryan. He feels like he's on holiday. I always think he just looks like a little gnome sitting in amongst the oleanders, although I look a little bit like a gnome sitting in amongst the oleanders here. But what we do is we go out onto the nursery, which is just outside that door there. We are here on the 11-acre nursery, but we take those little films for you to bring them into the potting shed so that you can see the quality. What we do is we go and pick... Our lovely Craig, if he's watching. He goes and picks the samples for us and brings them in, but we want you to see the quality. We want you to see how good everything looks, not just the ones that we bring here into the potting shed. Now then, the details we've got on the screen is for the red one. This is the red here. So you can see the difference in the colour. Elaine has given us the idea that this is the ruby colour, because it's not a bright scarlet red, it's a lovely ruby red. And then, I was going to call you Peter, because anyway, this is the pink one over here. So just, I wish. So you can see the difference in the colours there. Shades of pink is absolutely gorgeous. Totally the same deal available on both of those. One of them, just £14.99, half price deal. So that's great. Go for one if you want to. But if you can and you want to do it, go for two, because they will work out at £10 each on that double up deal. Just make sure you use the code YGTV2424 so that you get the savings. They don't come in the pots that we're showing you. These are the pots that they come in, but we are suggesting that you go, if you need some pot ideas, we're suggesting you go for the twin pack of the Laval planters along with your double up deal on your oleanders. You can get two for $14.98, or you could get four of them for $19.98 on the double up deal. Four of them, by the way, is the same price as the usual price for two of them. As you can see, look, RRP, $19.98. The double up deal is $19.98. So, I mean, it's just an amazing deal, whichever way round you look at it. They work out at £5 each. And if you've been looking at plastic pots, and I have, I've gone and looked at them, because we always talk about the amazing quality that we've got here on the plastic pots.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to have a look in a few garden centres at the plastic pots. And man, they are ugly.
They're ugly.
They're ugly, and they're more expensive.
And they're really expensive.
Aren't they?
I mean, well, I even looked at some of those plastic saucers to put under some of my pots, and what they want for each one of those.
Yeah.
You're having a laugh.
And the thing is, I'm not sure the quality either, and so I'm not sure. So I'm not going to say they're all naff quality. But these I know are UV stabilised and they are frost resistant. So these are designed to last for years. It's not bad plastic. Bad plastic is the stuff you use once and then you know discard it. This is not bad plastic. This is good plastic. Lightweight, UV stabilised, frost resistant, designed to last you for many, many years. So oleanders, Laval planters, they've been super popular today. So maybe start thinking about building your baskets. Where do you want me next to? Oh, I'm going to do a couple of videos. Adam's going to change the table. We've got more stuff to see.
I quite like that table.
Oh, we're going to go Chelsea Pensioner.
Oh, cool.
Lovely. Got a gorgeous bright red rose coming up for you in a minute.
Is it?
Just you. I'm not going to do the old jokes, don't worry. Right, let's remind you of some of the things that you've seen. In fact, you've given, who was it who said this? Elaine, she says thank you. She's going to ordered the Hypericum and she's going to go for the asters around them, so thanks for the idea. So here are the Aster Autumn Jewels, 6 jumbo plug plants that you're getting in this deal. It's a third off, we're saving £5 here. 3 different colours included, 2 of each, and these are brilliant for your later flowering, basically. So once all the summer they sort of start, I think it's about sometime in August or early September you'll get your asters, but these are going to flower for you right after all the summer flowers fade, and they're going to keep going right the way through into that autumn time for you. It's incredible that you get what looks like a summer flower but flowering later on, and that's what they look like. It's incredible how the flowers really do smother the foliage that you've got on these plants. Lovely mounds that you get here, very nice neat shape they grow in. 480451 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Aster Autumn Jewels. Next we have the hydrangea, the hot chocolate. Look at these flowers on here, first of all. Aren't they beautiful? I just love the combination. It's like the lace cap hydrangea. It's that sort of flower shape that you're getting. The pinks and the beautiful sort of violet blues. But the foliage, this gorgeous, it's got a lovely texture to it. It's like a peach fuzz on it, so it's quite tactile. You've got these lovely red stems on there, reddy pinky stems. I mean, as a foliage plant, it's beautiful, but then it's going to get covered in these gorgeous flowers. Getting to about, I think we said about 4 feet height and spread on that one. So it's a really decent size. It's a beautiful size right now in the 19 centimetre pot, and we've taken a third off there for you at £19.99. Don't use that 25% code that you got in your emails, your YouGarden emails. Use our code, YGTV2424. You'll get even bigger savings. Plus, you'll get your free gift included as well. Next, we've got the Fatsia, the castor oil plant. You all know I'm a big fan of Fatsia. If you've been watching for a while now, you know how much of a fan I am of the Fatsia. I just think it is lush. It's tropical, it's evergreen, it gives you these really unusual flowers that are winter flowers as well. And sort of end of October, November into December is when you have those flowers, so really valuable for those late pollinators as well. Just look at the foliage though. It's absolutely beautiful, and it doesn't need a full sun position at all. In fact, it's going to be happier in a dappled shade or a part shade position. My Fatsia gets a couple of hours of sunshine in the morning, and then it's pretty much in the shade for the rest of the day, and it is super happy. So it's really good for some of those more, tricky areas in our garden where we struggle because most plants want to be in a full sun position, or a lot do anyway. 510428 for your Fatsia castor oil plant. Little Lemons is next, the Tanjutica clematis. Now, not a vigorous climber, not something that needs loads of space, not something that needs something to climb up. This is part of our new this season range. It's a lovely compact plant. I love those nodding flower heads, the way the petals reflex and open up. It's a really interesting one, only growing to about 40 by 40 centimetres. It's a £4 saving on here as well, which is brilliant for something that we brought in new, actually. Sometimes when you bring something in new, you don't instantly give a discount on it. Well, we have here at YGTV, we've taken that £4 off. It's only £8 and 9 pence if you're in the club, because you'll get that extra 10% discount as well. 550-222 is the item number. Go to YouGarden.com to place your orders. Go to our website. You don't just have to place orders for the items that we are showing you, that's in our show selection. You have the entire website to have a look at and shop. It's entirely up to you. Go and have a little look. Just use our code whenever you place an order. Gerberas is the next reminder I need to give you, 561198. You're going to get 3 7-centimetre pots. These are mine that I grew last year, so these have been grown on a little bit. First year, look at the flowers, and that's just one snapshot of one moment in time. These flower for you all summer long. They normally start around sort of May time, towards the end of May, and they keep going right the way through the summer. It's a buy one, get one free. So you're going to get, in that item number, 561198, you'll get 3 7-centimetre pots. So put one of those into your basket, enter the code YGTV2424, and we'll put another set of 3 7-centimetre pots into your basket for you. And, of course, we're going to put that free gift into your basket too, the Blooming Fast. Thank you so much for those new club members that have just joined. See, I knew we had to keep bagging on about joining the club. It's lovely to have you as part of our club, genuinely. You're going to get so many benefits from joining the club. £5 to join, but 10% discount off everything that we bring you in the potting shed, plants, pots and compost. And you get your £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers as well. Yeah, you'll see it at checkout. It gives you the option, do you want to save an extra whatever it is? Honestly, click yes. Even if you're not making that £5 back in that first order, you soon will, I promise you. Last year for 12 months, that membership, £5 for 12 months.
And £5 forever, if you keep renewing.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. As long as you don't cancel that renewal on your membership, if we put the price of the club up, so if we all of a sudden decide, well, it's going to be £50 for the club, you won't pay £50. You will only ever pay that £5. So do think about it, it's great. Right, Chelsea pensioner. No, this is the Chelsea pensioner in front of us here.
Well, I'm a Chelsea veteran in one sort of way.
You are. He is a Chelsea veteran. Adam has won 4 gold medals.
4 gold medals.
I saw your little picture because you put it up on, was it Instagram the other day?
Yeah.
He's got his Chelsea
in
medals in frames on the wall, and you posted a picture of that the other day. You must be super proud of that.
Got it in my phone right now. Yeah. Well, along with my partner, my husband John. Yeah, I mean, it's been a joint effort, but 4 gold medals, 2 silver gilt medals, 2 silver medals.
And this is for garden design, the garden planning?
This is all different gardens we've done at the Chelsea Flower Show. Yeah.
It's lovely. His details are on the bottom of the screen, by the way. If you want to follow Adam on Instagram or on TikTok, he's down the bottom there, so you can see what he's up to. You're always posting videos, aren't you?
I'm trying to. I'm inspired by you because you're really good.
Thanks.
So I'm trying to
I'm trying. We're both trying.
Yeah,
in many ways, as Stu would say.
The thing is, on social media, you just got to keep feeding it. That's
Keep
the thing.
posting.
Keep posting.
Anyway, yeah. So it's lovely. You've got a Chelsea Award winner here. So yes, you are a bit of a Chelsea veteran. And we've got a Chelsea finalist right in front of us. The Chelsea Pensioner was launched this year at the Chelsea Flower Show just a few weeks ago, and it was nominated for Plant of the Year. So even to get that nomination is absolutely incredible. We have got, is it Philip, did you say? Philip Harkness. The Philip Harkness of Harkness Roses.
Rose royalty.
Rose royalty, yeah. These guys have been in business for over 140 years. Not Philip himself, but his ancestors. He won a gold medal. It's true. He won a gold medal the first 18 years that he went to Chelsea. That's how good the breeding of these roses is. Let's hear a little bit from Philip and then we'll talk about the rose.
Hello, I'm Philip Harkness. I'm Managing Director of Harkness Roses. We've been growing roses since 1879. Breeding new roses is a passion, and it's one that's bitten me really hard. Rose breeding is a long-term process. From the time we start to the time we have something we can market takes us 7 or 8 years. And all the best new ones we are introducing at Chelsea Flower Show. And we believe we were actually present at the first Chelsea Flower Show over 100 years ago. The 6 or 7 or 8 year process of breeding a new rose, it starts with cross-pollination. We have something like 30,000 unique new roses every year. We're only interested in the ones which are showing a forward development, something different, something new, something exciting. First year is the pollination, the second year is the seedling plant, third year we see that plant outside for the first time. And that's where the real testing begins. There's so much to look for: perfume, colour, flower shape, flower form, how long it flowers for. We look at all these things. We look at them for 3 years or 4 years out of doors. Our key in this process is to provide you, the gardener, with a rose plant that is really easy to grow. On our trials since 1994, we have used no fungicides. So any rose we put out onto the market has to have a good basic disease resistance. Our new roses have won awards in Japan, New Zealand, UK, Poland, Denmark, Holland, USA. I can go on. I started doing our Chelsea exhibit when I was 22 years old, and the first 18 years I won a gold medal doing it. Looking after roses is really easy. Think of them as people, because I want to be a happy rose that's having loads of flowers. I want to make you happy, and you just have to do a little bit to me. Treat me as you treat a person, with kindness, with love, with care, and I will respond. Roses are fantastic garden shrubs. They can live for 30 years. It depends how much love you give them.
It's nice to hear from the actual Philip Harkness, who is, I mean, he's, as you say, he is just rose royalty. He is still in charge of their rose breeding program. And it's fascinating when you learn about breeding roses. I know you know a lot about this anyway, but like, it takes years for them to bring out a new rose variety. It can take 7, 8 plus years, because they really do put them through a sort of rigorous testing process so that we can bring them to you and say disease resistant and all the things that we say.
Yeah, they can, these are, I mean, with the way science has moved on, they can genetically sample plants now sometimes and almost get a fast...
A read on it.
Like
before.
a read on it, yeah, to kind of know in advance what, what the features might be like. But ultimately, you're not going to know it until you actually see it. Until you see it.
So they plant the roses, and they basically plant them somewhere with absolutely no... no, what's the word I'm looking for? No defence against disease. And so they keep going and keep going through that process. Obviously, some will die off, and it's only the ones that make it through. Yeah,
like natural selection.
Natural selection, essentially. It's only the ones that make it through that full testing process that then are, you know, potentially available to be able to release as roses that we can buy. And the Chelsea pensioner will have been one of those roses that went through that testing process.
And that's how we end up, getting super healthy roses. And ultimately, that's the best way to go as well, because what that means is if we can find a rose that ultimately defends itself against pests and diseases, for example, we don't have to use chemicals, do we?
Exactly.
We don't have to use sprays, and that's such a good thing. And this rose is absolutely knockout.
Look at the petals.
Yeah, up to 50 petals per flower.
Whoa!
That is a stunningly beautiful rose, isn't it? It has a soft fragrance as well. I would say, normally when I think of roses, sometimes I'll say, fragrance, then flower. This one is flower and then fragrance.
But still got a lovely fragrance.
Yeah, still got it's not a rose without a fragrance, without a doubt. It has got a fragrance, but oh my goodness me.
It's a hybrid tea as well, isn't it? So you're going to get those nice stems.
Yeah, what I call kind of... Valentine's Day kind of roses. When you see the roses on the lovely straight stems, and you basically with a hybrid tea rose, what you're getting is a rose on a long straight stem, but one large rose, as opposed to a floribunda where you get loads of flowers on one stem, but slightly smaller.
But repeat flowering through the summer.
Yeah, this is repeat flowering, or remontant is the sort of the posh term for it. So yeah, it will keep repeat flowering. Just a little kind of tip for you as well, actually. If you want to get your rose to repeat flower, if you go down the stem, normally I like to kind of try and say perhaps about pencil thickness ideally, but even like a thickness of a drinking straw, for example. If you go down the stem and it's finished flowering, on this one you can already see a little tiny red bud in that corner. So once this is finished flowering, I would prune to just above that bud.
Would you? Ooh, I'm never that vicious. Maybe I should start being that vicious.
No.
Okay, good.
I would go that far down to an outward-facing leaf, so cut down to about there, and then you'll get a really nice, vigorous shoot.
I'm going to go and do my Arthur Bell when I get home, because I've not been that vigorous with it.
I'll tell you why. Because if you did it up here, for example, and then you got a shoot. Because that stem is quite weak.
It's too weak, isn't it?
The flower's going to kind of lean over a bit. So you want to go down where
logically,
the stem is quite thick.
Yeah.
And when you do that as well, give the rose a good feed as well if you can. Give it a good liquid feed, because what you're doing is that's essentially a pruning action. So you're encouraging that plant to regrow. So give it a feed. But this is a rose that's got high disease resistance. It's got the most incredible flowers. Obviously, it's hardy. It's going to come back for you year after year after year. Super glossy foliage, fragrance, incredible knockout flowers there. And, of course, £2.50 is going to...
This is the beautiful thing, OK? So £2.50 of the sale of this rose will go to the Royal Hospital Chelsea, which is obviously where the Chelsea pensioners call home. We've already discounted this. We've taken £10 off the price, so it's £19.99, but we are not going to lower our donation to the Royal Hospital Chelsea. £2.50 of the sale of this, even at the discounted price, will go to that amazing building and those amazing people. 531104 is the item number for your Harkness Rose, the Chelsea pensioner. Quick one on the asters, because we have talked about them a little bit. I know Elaine's thinking about going for these along with her Hypericum. Lovely idea. I'm with you on that. 3 different colours included here, 2 of each.
Yeah, 3 wonderful pastel colours of these. And you know what? Sometimes they say it's all over. Well, it's not all over with these, because you get to the end of the summer. It's not the end of the summer with asters, because they're short day plants. As soon as the days start to shorten, as soon as the light levels start to go down, this is when they come out to play. This is when they're going to give you these domes of fabulous colour. And colours like I've not really kind of seen during the rest of the season. These colours stand out so well in the sort of low autumn light and lower kind of light levels, form great big domes and flower for week after week after week, dead hardy, and they'll just give your garden that huge pop of colour and interest again when you thought it was just all going to be over.
Yeah, they're brilliant for that late season colour. I planted them and I absolutely adore them. Highly recommended. 480451 is the item number for your 6 jumbo plants for your asters. And next we've got the Coreopsis, the early sunrise, a gorgeous kind of prairie plant. Drought tolerant, super easy, but sunshine, bright yellow, beautiful blooms.
Yeah, I think there's a 3-letter word that sums these up, and I think it's joy. You know, these flowers are just pure joy. Yellow, bright, cheery, upright, open flowers, many flowers, loved by the pollinating insects, easy to grow, just plant them somewhere sunny and well drained. Lifetime guarantee, will come up year after year, gradually form sort of a bigger clump as time goes by. You'll have these for many years. Great for growing in pots if you want to grow them in pots or troughs or planters. Just deadhead them and just sit back and enjoy month and month of these stunningly beautiful bright yellow flowers. And the quality of what we're sending out is, look at that, ready to go. Look, stunning root
absolutely
system.
raring to grow, definitely, and it's an amazing price. With this one, it's basically like you're buying one and you're getting 2 free, because the usual price is nearly £30. It's just £9.99 for all 3 of those, so £3.33 each, even less if you are in the club.
I'll just point out one really quick thing as well. So these coloured pots now, these different colour pots, these are now recyclable. These pots. Yeah, the black ones aren't anymore, but any pots now that are this colour are now recyclable.
Brilliant, nice point. Thank you very much. Right, we're moving on to the helianthemums, the rock roses. We haven't shown you these yet today. It is 6 plug plants that you're getting, but you can double up here and get 12, so 2 packets of these, and it would just be another £5 for the second pack. So £14.98. Look, check out those roots hanging out the bottom there. So even on this, smaller size of plug plant, it wants to grow. And the thing with rock roses is they pretty much grow anywhere, don't they?
Yeah, rock roses grow like weeds. I mean, they're so
in a
easy
good way.
to,
in a good way.
They're so easy to grow. They just give these huge displays of flower. They've been flowering for weeks already. The ones that I know of are still flowering now. Some of them are still going. They'll grow in really poor soils, stony soils, gravelly soils. All rock roses will ask of you is full sun, well drained. Don't put them in shade because they'll get leggy and they'll just get a few flowers. But if you put them in full sun, really well drained soil, and you know what, doesn't have to be really rich soil either. These just do really well in poor soil. So plant them somewhere like that. They create these great big carpets. In fact, I've even seen one of these plants, once it's fully mature, almost like cover an area the size of a dustbin lid. So they will cover a large area. They'll suppress the weeds. They only get to about 5 or 6 inches tall. Just trim the flowers off afterwards with a pair of shears. They send up the odd little sort of spurt of colour again later through the year. Not as dramatic as earlier in the year, but they will have the odd little flower spike again after that. Evergreen foliage, so there's even something to look at in the winter time. But great for rockeries as well. Great for scree gardens. Great for those sort of little sink planters or little alpine gardens.
Yeah, really versatile plants, actually. Can grow in so many different locations. 6 plug plants available for you. Excuse me, 3 different colours, so that's 2 of each. But of course, you can double up if you want to and get 12 of those plug plants, which means 4 of each of those colours. 480992 is the item number. Make sure you use the offer code YGTV2424 to get the deal and to get your free gift included in your order, a bag of our Blooming Fast soluble fertiliser worth £4.99. Another item that we haven't yet been able to show you in these 4 hours. So this is the Pittosporum tabera. Now then, I do need to apologise. If you were watching earlier on in the week, we did show you the big one for this price, and we made a mistake, basically, so massive apologies. That was the 10-litre version, so much bigger one in the 10-litre pot. It should have been this one in the 5-litre pot. They are available if you want the bigger one in the 10-litre pot. It is part of the statement plant range. It's obviously going to be a bit more than £29.99 though, so massive apologies that we got that wrong. We're always transparent. We don't do these things on purpose, but sometimes we do make those mistakes. Everyone that was affected has been contacted, so huge apologies from us. But moving on from that, this is absolutely beautiful and still an amazing price for a 5-litre pot at £29.99, £15 saving here. You're right, Stu, it does look like an indoor plant. It looks a bit like the Pilea peperomia modois, what it's called, the money plant. It's kind of almost like those ones you see. Yeah, money plants.
Chinese money plant. Almost like the jade.
Or the jade one. Yeah, it's got that kind of feel to it.
You see them in those Chinese restaurants. icons, don't you, on their windowsills? It's got that kind of nice habit to it. But it has got a great habit, isn't it? Look at the way it's just growing out in such a nice rounded kind of shape, isn't it? It's not kind of just, you know, growing off in sort of weird directions. It's got that nice dome shape to it. Super, super glossy foliage on this as well. And when it flowers, the fragrance.
Oh, the fragrance is amazing, isn't it?
The fragrance is gorgeous. Just going back to, we were talking about the Chelsea Pensioner Rose. In the grounds of the Royal Hospital, there's some of these growing. They've now formed like almost small trees.
Yeah.
And when we're at Chelsea, that's kind of when they start flowering. Oh, the fragrance. Loads of people walk past and they do that kind of thing where they stop and it's like, where is it? Where is it? And the flowers just emanate this super sweet fragrance. Now, this is reasonably hardy. It doesn't have a lifetime hardy guarantee, but you know, if you've got a really sheltered spot in the garden, if you've got a south-facing wall somewhere really sheltered, or like you live in London or somewhere like that, or South Coast, it will probably get through the winter. In colder areas, it might need a little bit of help to get through the winter, but you know what? For a plant that is this spectacular, a plant that has this kind of grandeur, it really is worth that extra effort. It comes from parts of the world like Taiwan, China, Korea, all those kind of areas. So that's where it sort of originates from, but is a really stunning statement plant. Even without the flower, I think just the foliage on its own just makes a real happy, sort of joyful statement. There's super glossy leaves.
It's so glossy, it's so healthy looking, it's massive as well. It's up to 80 centimetres tall. You can see how, can I just tip it forward so you can see, look how full and luscious and gorgeous that is. Honestly, that's amazing, and it's a £15 saving here for you today. Make sure you use our code YGTV2424. It is £8.99 postage, so I will point that out to you. It's slightly higher postage cost. Look at the size of it. Of course, it's a slightly higher postage cost, but this is definitely one that you add into your basket where you're going to get the order to over £40 in order to get your free postage. Just add in, an order of your compost. That'll get you to over the £40. 610034 if you would like to go for the Pittosporum turbera, also known as the Japanese mock orange. Right, we're in the last 10 minutes of it now. We're still doing new plants that we haven't brought out in the last 3 hours. This is the Trechiospermum, the star jasmine. I've got one of these and I adore it.
You know what? I was having a really funny moment just now.
Oh, the fragrance.
Because we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And I could smell something really sweet.
And it's that, isn't it?
And it was almost like my brain was telling me what that smells like. And of course, I looked to the right.
It's this.
Yeah. I mean, the fragrance is a million miles apart. The Pittosporum turbera fragrance is very sweet and very heady, just like this.
Oh, I love it. I love the fragrance of the Trechiospermum. The other thing I really like about the Trachalospermum, the other thing I really love about this is the fact that it's evergreen, isn't it?
It is evergreen. In our old house in Bishop Stortford, where we used to live, we grew one of these up the side of our front door and right across over the living room window.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
House.
When you've got the windows open in the summer, that fragrance just coming in.
It was glorious. On a warm summer's evening, the fragrance coming in was lovely. Evergreen all the year through. I say evergreen.
Yeah, it gets bronzy coloured,
it's bronzy,
doesn't it?
Yeah, almost red. Like in the autumn, the leaves can turn a reddish colour, but they don't drop off. They go through the winter. It does have a little bit of a leaf shedding season, sort of mid to late spring. Basically, it sheds the really old leaves before it grows new evergreen leaves.
Yeah, but it doesn't go bare. Like, wisteria obviously drops all of its leaves. It's just twigs. That doesn't happen with this.
Nothing like, no, this looks lovely all the year through. It looks just as glossy and gorgeous as this all the way through the winter. But of course, the addition of this is these sort of weeks and weeks worth, months worth of these really heady, jasmine-like fragrance flowers that you can just smell from so far away.
They're beautiful.
Look
Sunny
at that plant
spot
as
though,
well.
right?
Yeah, nice and sunny. That's where it does well.
Don't put it in too much shade. Adam and I both made this mistake where we put jasmines in a too shady position. I ended up having to move mine, and then it sulked on me and didn't really flower much at all in that year. But now it's in a happy place. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, this loves sunshine. Once it's established, it's a really drought tolerant plant. In fact, where we planted it to the, hang on, if I go out my front door, to the right of our front door, it was in a little tiny bit of soil about that wide between our path and next door's front porch. So, and that soil was really dry.
Yeah.
But it thrived. It thrived in that really poor, dry soil, and it's still there to this day. When I drive past now our old house, it's still growing away, looking glorious as ever.
Oh, fabulous. So long-lived as well, which is brilliant. It is a slower grower when it comes to, you know, climbing plants, but totally worth it because of these gorgeous flowers and the lovely scent that you're getting. Of course, you can go to the tower. You can go for the tower pot as well if you want something for it to climb up and in. 550229 is the item number, £14.99. The tower pot, by the way, is on our best deal ever. £5 cheaper than the last time we brought you this. So it is a twin pack or it's a double up deal. You can go for one for £24.99 and they're great. I highly recommend. I've got 5. And in fact, I might get another because I want something for the passion flower to grow in. But you can double up here and you can get 2 of these for £34.98. The last time we brought it for you, it was £39.98.
And this would work brilliantly well.
Yeah, well, that's why I've got mine in.
Yeah,
My Tricholospermum is in the tower pot.
Because it doesn't have to go straight up.
Nope.
Take it round
You can
sideways.
go round and round and round.
Train it laterally.
Yeah, definitely. Right, that does come to you in 4 sections, by the way, so it just clips into place. Right, let's give you a little reminder. We've only got 5 minutes left, so I'm just going to give you a reminder of the best items of the show, starting off with our Gerbera, the Bright Collection. It is a buy one, get one free, which means that you're going to get 3 7cm pots, but when you use the code YGTV2424, you will get another 3 of those 7cm pots, 6 in total. These are brilliant because they are hardy and they're going to flower for you all summer long, giving you, once they're established, about 50 flowers per plant. So do think about adding those ones in. They're just $19.99 or $17.99 in the club. Next we have the anti-rhinums, the mini version of the anti-rhinums, these.
Yes, they are, and the colour range on these, that's what really jumps out to me, because bedding plants, why do we plant bedding plants? Because we love the colours, don't we? We love those super bright, joyful colours. They seem to give more colour than anything else, and it's the longevity of the colour as well. These will go right up until the autumn, cut the old flower spikes off while there's still a few flowers on there, and you'll encourage loads more to come and keep that wonderful display going.
Lovely. The most popular item when we first launched this week's show on Wednesday, 10 garden ready plants, £4 saving, just £8.99. 410048 is the item number. Next we've got our apricot shades, the beautiful garden ready plants, the begonias. Love, love, love. Firm favourite. Customers constantly vote with their pockets as far as these are concerned. For many, many years now, these have been right up at the top of the list of, you know, most bought items. 410050 is the item number. 10 plug plants for £12.99, or for £5 more you can go for another 10, making your order £17.98. Doesn't matter the weather, could be hot and dry, wet and windy, begonias do their thing. Super low maintenance and flowers forever. And of course you can overwinter these and get them to come back again next year as well. They just don't want to be out in the frost, so make sure you overwinter. Next we've got our Hypericum, the miracle attraction, one of my absolute favourites, definitely on that top 20 list of plants that you should have in your garden. Everything is going on with this plant right now. It is looking absolutely stunning, and it will keep looking this stunning right the way through the summer months, right the way into autumn as well. It's quite, you know, it's one of those ones that transitions the seasons for you. When things are starting to fade after the summer, this one's still going to be looking amazing, and I think that is really, really valuable because we all get a bit sad at that time of year. Nicely established as well. We've taken a third off the price. It's just £9.99. 510890 is the item number. Now the oleander deal, I think this has turned out to be the most popular item of the show today. It is a half price deal. You can get one of these for £14.99, but £14.99, that's amazing. That's a half price deal for one of these, but you can get an even better deal if you are looking to double up, because if you do, you'll get them for £10 each. If you only want one, still go for the double up deal and give the other one as a gift. Rather than going and buying, a bouquet of flowers for £20, £25, give somebody an oleander. They'll have it in their garden for years on end. 680057 if you want the oleander in the ruby red colour, or we have the gorgeous shades of pink as well, which is available. Exactly the same deal, double up for 20 quid, or go for one of them for £14.98. That's the nursery. That was done a few weeks ago because there's way more flowers on those now. But look at the uniformity. Look at how amazingly uniform all of those plants are. Get these home. They are going to flower for you all summer long. And of course, they're evergreen as well. Just remember, just like with most, or not most, but a lot of things in our garden, there are certain things that are toxic, and oleanders are. Don't eat them. Don't eat them, basically. What did you say to me, Stu? Phone lines, thank you. Yes, you go to yougarden.com in order to place your order. Or if you like to talk to people, you can use the phone line as well. The telephone number is there, 0844 502 0050. Tell the operator you've got an offer code. Make that the first thing you do after saying hello. So I've got an offer code. Tell them it's YGTV2424. They'll apply that to your order. So you get all the savings and you get your free gift. Free postage over £40. They don't just shop what we've got in our little show selection. The entire website is at your disposal. You can shop the entire website. Just always use our code. Right, we've only got 1 minute left. We're going to finish quickly on the Lucky Dip perennial plant collection. What have you done here?
I've got an Achillea in a 2 litre pot. Yours for £5.99, £6.99.
No.
It's worth every penny. That is a 2 litre sized plant.
No, it's in the 9 centimetre pot.
It's in a 9 centimetre pot. It's yours for £1.
Yeah.
It's insane, isn't it, Bex?
This is the beautiful thing here. So Lucky Dip perennial plant collection. You've got salvias, you've got geums, we've got gaillardias. We've got all sorts in here, and these are beautiful plants. But what you're going to get from this is a long flowering season, because some will be early flowering, some will be later flowering. You've got different foliage, textures, sizes, shapes, and they are perennials. They'll come back for you every single year. These are brilliant.
These are rooty beauties as well.
Rooty beauty.
Look at that. Yeah, this is insane. I'm sure we're going to keep going back to this offer because it's
quite possibly.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
It's a buy one get one free as well. So put one of these into your basket. You'll get the 9 centimetre pots. But if you use the code YGTV2424, we'll put a whole pack of other 9 ones in there for you as well. So you might get a couple of double up deals. Nobody cares about that at all. A couple of one will be brilliant. 561046 is the item number if you would like to go for that one. It's been really popular today. Thank you so much for your company. We've really appreciated it. We'll see you on Wednesday. See you later, Adam.
Bye. Cheers, Bex.